We got Big Ray for like a third straight day. This guy's a regular appearance on the show. Story's out of town, so he's kind of picking up the slack. Much appreciated, brother. How you doing on this Tuesday waiver night? My ass got to stay up till 2 a.m. for them to clear so I can get my kickers and defenses, baby. You know how I roll.
I did, yeah. I mean, it's just classic you. Yeah, I mean, that's expected. I mean, yeah, I mean, I got my waivers ready to rock and roll. So,
Well, I don't use my waiver claim unless it's a league winning player, as it's discussed yesterday.
Well, yeah, exactly. Everybody, if you haven't heard that, I mean, if obviously you're here for us, and especially Rob, listen to me. He says, I mean, if you're able to draft well and hold out, and then just like a perfect sniper, just pick that spot that where you can just pick up the perfect waiver wire league winner, which is what Rob does. So.
Yeah, we got Mark in here. Blake, of course. What's up, Blake? Thank you again for all of your help.
Love you, man.
TB, Jason. We got Griffin here. I have to answer a few comments before we get to waivers. Griffin got offered Quentin Johnson, Bucky Irving for Rashee Rice. The rest of the team is Lamar, CMC, Kamara, Waddle, Adunze, Rice. I would rather have Bucky and Quentin Johnston, I think.
So I'm reading the rest of his team real quick. So it's a little more. So, oh man. So basically, you're replacing Rice with, like, obviously with
Quentin Johnston,
Quentin and Bucky. Who's his running back? CMC.
He only has Kamara.
It says CMC.
Yeah, CMC, and then Kamara's his RB2 with Chuba and Pacheco. So I like what you're doing there, man. I think you have to do it as long as you have a winning record, because Bucky's not playing week 8, week 9. So if you're 4-3, you can do it. If you're 5-2, especially if you have a losing record, you really can't do it because you might be done by the time Bucky comes back.
Hey, just real quick, Rob, what are your feelings on what if? And now obviously this is pie in the sky, not necessarily pie in the sky, but just a legitimate what if Kamara gets traded to the Chiefs.
Then I like Kamara's values worse, honestly. I mean, maybe not. It depends how they use him, but I wouldn't. They don't need to use him at a 60-70% snap share. He'd be more efficient. He'd probably score more touchdowns. But as currently constructed without Kendra Miller, give me Kamara right now where he's at.
No, right. But I'm just saying, if he has Pacheco as well, Pacheco would just become droppable, because I think that they would just use Hunt for the short yardage and use Kamara as a better Pacheco at this point.
Yeah, he's got 4-3 record.
Yeah, I would still do that trade. I mean, right? I mean, because
it's an 8-man league, bro. It's an 8-man league. So in that case, I want the best player in the trade, and that's Rashee Rice. Don't do it. Try to do something else. Try to do something else, man.
I mean,
try to trade Jalen Warren. Trade. No, that's Tyler Warren. Try to trade Kamara and Chuba and
T. Higgins
Flowers or something. Yeah, something like that. Try to be the guy giving up 2 or 3 players to get one running back.
Yes.
We got Alex in here. Says, great NBA players. You want some money? Start 2-0 in the NBA already. One of Godarzi's plays, one of mine. We're already 2-0, baby. 32-16 on the NFL. We're making a lot of money this year on the channel. And those of you that are not in the Patreon, what you doing? Get in the Patreon, get in the Discord, the community. You get access to my bets early. The lines don't change. Get on that shit, baby. Mark says, is RJ Harvey still a hold?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Harvey?
On how deep of a league you are. Yes. I mean, like the league that balls deep, I have him and J.K. Dobbins. So of course he's a hold for me. This is obvious. But in general, again, we're at the point in time with buys and injuries to where if you can, I really do think depends also how many teams are in your league. But really, we're coming down to the point to where, like for me, I'm not gonna lie, dude. If you didn't look at balls deep, I don't have a receiver. I had to pick up some random Ray to pick up to play, because I, of course, didn't play the bye week game in that league. So I'm suffering with that, personally. So it's just one of those things that if you're going to hold RJ, hold him. But if you can't and you're desperate, depending, again, if it's like an 8-man league, 10-man league, or it's 8-man league, like, I don't know.
Yeah, 12-man league is the key, and that's probably still a hold. I think we're in the universe now where RJ Harvey is more rosterable than TreVeyon Henderson.
Fact.
Which is just crazy, because
I hate to say that. I hate to say that.
And Harvey was a 6th round pick.
38th overall. Henderson.
Gross. Blake, are we for sure that Lamar is coming back this week? He did not practice today. He didn't practice yesterday. I think that was a maintenance day. They need him to come back. Now let's hope he's fully healthy, but they can lose 2 more games the rest of the season and make the playoffs. So they have to think that. And the Bears are no slouch right now. They're coming off 4 straight wins. So with Lamar playing, if he's healthy, I think the Ravens have no issues with the Bears. Without Lamar, I think it's a 50-50 game. And they can't afford to have a 50-50 proposition. 1-6 is they're done. They're done at that point.
I'm sorry. Do you really think that's a 50-50 if Cooper Rush plays with how well the defense is playing?
I do because the Ravens are at home and it's the NFL. You know what I mean? I do. The Bears almost lost to the Saints. Bro. You know what I mean?
Saints, Raiders. I get that, but just I don't know. I think right now with the secondary being healthy without Jalen, it was of course our best, with the Bears' best defensive player or defensive back or a defensive player. He is the best defensive player on the Bears, Jalen Johnson. But the takeaways, I'll put it this way: I need Lamar to come back to overtake Rob again. So I want him to play. If he doesn't play, it'll be tough for Cooper Rush.
Griffin, I'd say the 2 guys you could target right now that have elite upside is Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. Those are 2 guys, and Derrick Henry especially because his bye is over with. And if Saquon's probably on a losing roster right now, and he has a week 9 bye, so if you could pry him away, even wait a week, pry him away from that team that needs a must win, and Saquon's on bye. Those are 2 guys that I am very confident. Track record, everything, elite offenses, buy lows for sure. We got a lead in here. What's going on? Sven says, super flex. Would you accept Quentin Johnson and RJ Harvey for Rico Dowdle? Yeah, dude. Rico Dowdle is in a timeshare. It's a Seattle situation, and he is essentially probably the Kenneth Walker. Now the nice thing is the quarterbacks there, especially Andy Dalton for the short term. You check the ball down more.
Wouldn't Chuba be the Kenneth Walker, and then?
No, because Charbonnet is the short yardage back, and Chuba's the short yardage back.
I understand the play style. I'm more talking production right now.
Well, Charbonnet is more productive and plays more snaps. So,
but Rico is more productive with less snaps. So,
agreed, and that's what I'm saying. That's usually what Kenneth Walker is. I'm just saying the recent thing.
But right now he's not.
The roles they have. I'm just saying the roles they have.
Got it.
Charbonnet is more productive in fantasy. Kenneth Walker averages more per carry, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah,
Elise says flex 1, Swift, Metcalf, or Rachaad White full PPR. Man, I think that's so tough. Rachaad White did not look good against the Lions, and that was a product of the Lions defense being elite.
Correct.
That's a toss-up, man, right? Maybe Rachaad White with no receivers there. Swift's playing well. Tough matchup in Baltimore. We think if their defense is back healthy.
Yeah. Okay. That's the main thing, honestly. I think really that's the main thing. If Roquan's coming back, not Roquan, was it Roquan Smith's coming back? Is he 100% coming back? Is he ready to go? I'm assuming
we don't know yet. We got to see that. So there's so much to go on here, and then DK has a matchup against the Packers, which is not an easy matchup. I know they have been pretty leaky on the back end there, but I still trust in the Packers defense, and Aaron Rodgers could be in for a hell of a tough day.
I think I'm going depending with the health of Baltimore's defense. If Baltimore's defense is unhealthy without Roquan and etc., I'm going Swift, White, Metcalf, and then otherwise you could switch around White and Swift. But Swift is a hot hand right now, so.
I think Rachaad White is the safest of the bunch, though, right? He's the safest to get you 12 to 14 points.
No,
in PPR, it's full PPR.
He didn't do that for me. So,
well, the whole offense they're not going to score 9 points again, bro.
Baker,
Nathan.
Oh, real quick, can we
Drake May?
One quick. What do you think of how weird Baker looked yesterday? That was
terrible. He looked terrible.
No, I looked terrible. It's just he just looked injured or something. I don't know. It was so awfully odd because I know he had the
banged up this year, man.
He had the bicep injury, so I don't know. It's just maybe that got flared up by somebody just nicking it. I don't know. Dude, somebody just looks so weird. Amigo Buka,
Nathan,
I bombed it. He's underthrew that was
he overthrew seven. He also overthrew 7 receivers. Nathan says Drake May or Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is most likely out this week, and even if Jaden Daniels was playing through multiple leg injuries on 2 different legs, it's Drake May. Now, if he was fully healthy, we have a discussion. But again,
Correct.
Chiefs defense, tough matchup. Give me Drake May either way.
Yeah.
Should I rely on LJ playing and bench Herbert? Yeah. I think you should because this is their season. And the matchup's not that easy against the Vikings. I know Jalen Hurts just got done torching them. That was a one-off. Vikings are a tough matchup. Thursday night football game. I'm avoiding that. Give me Lamar Jackson. You draft him there for a reason. If he plays, he's a must-start. And if he doesn't play, then you just stream someone else, and you might get the same production you may have got from Herbert. But you can't be benching against a Bears defense that is somewhat leaky. I know they've been playing hot, but NFL changes so much week to week.
Right. I mean, Lamar is a top 5, top 3 all day, so you have to start him if he's healthy. There's no questioning that. Herbert's not right now.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, we're gonna get to the waivers here. We'll get to all your questions here in a little bit. We got to get to waivers here. I got some names I'm gonna toss out for you, Ray. Big waiver week, man. Week 8, we have, all the injuries right now. We have all the buys right now. Mageddon, 8 buys. It's all coming to a head here, and then there's a lot of situations where you're in must win. If you're 2-5, it's must win. You can't go 2-6. If you're 3-4, even it's a must win because 4-4 compared to 3-5 is way different. So we're gonna start at quarterbacks here. Quarterback is really rough. We have, again, gentlemen, we're gonna get to all your questions here in a little bit. Super chat is enabled, so if you need something answered, if you don't want to wait 10 or 15 minutes, then just hit me with $2. Whatever you gotta do, you help support the channel, and we'll get to you right away and get back to waivers after the question. Appreciate you guys' patience. Love you. Getting to waivers here. Quarterback is pretty slim pickings this week. I just have 2 names written down that I'm kind of targeting that I know. Well, Joe Flacco might not be there, but Joe Flacco versus the Jets. Like the matchup, 12% owned. 12% owned for Joe Flacco. That's going to be up a lot this week. I see he's going to go to 50%, maybe more. Cam Ward at Indy. I know this seems gross. Cam Ward has cracked double digits, you can almost say, double-digit points in one outing this year in fantasy, depending on your scoring. 9% owned at Indy. We just saw Indy, their offense is going to produce against Titans, so they're going to have to be throwing. Cam Ward is slowly looking better. He's 9% owned. I don't mind the matchup inside. They're going to have to throw. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean for him, but I know, and the one thing is he has not been running. I expect him to run this week a little bit more. Obviously, Flacco's the choice, but what are your thoughts on Cam Ward if you're in a situation where there's nobody else available?
Well, there's a reason he was drafted first overall, and on top of that, he's ascending right now. I mean, I drafted Calvin Ridley. I know you have Calvin Ridley stock as well. It's one of those things that we drafted him because we, for reason that, okay, first overall pick, and the guy's the most reliable receiver on that team. Things were slow. I mean, that's the thing that's really sucks with fantasy and just NFL football in general right now is that the first 4 weeks, the first month of the season is preseason of the NFL, but it's real games, and that's the way they work it. So it's just it's such a slow roll, and now we're getting into the groove of the NFL. Like you said, I mean, that's why Flacco is going to be a high, waiver wire pickup if you need a quarterback right now, especially if you have Joe Burrow. Like, I mean, because I have Jamar Chase in 2 leagues. I mean, I thank you God for Joe Flacco right now. I mean, seriously, like he's old.
He's carrying everyone.
Well, he's old school too. To where because Josh Allen and even Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, I know when Travis Kelce was in his elite stage, and Rashid Rice right now, and Tariq Hill, like he does focus on guys, but nonetheless, nothing like this. 23 targets in one game with T. Higgins on the team as well, and Chase Brown. Like Chase Brown would be easy dump offs. Like, so I mean, he's old school to where the guy who's the best is going to get open consistently. I'm going to him, and I'm thanking God for that right now. And so Joe Flacco would be an elite pickup for me. I mean, JJ McCarthy's coming
this
back.
week and going forward. You know what I mean? Until he gets hurt. Which he might get hurt with that offensive line. Let's move on to running backs here. Tajay Spears, we're going all 30% and under guys owned. Tajay Spears at Indy, 29%. He's been pretty much splitting work with Tony Pollard. In a PPR, I like this a lot better, but this is a playable guy this week in Mageddon with injuries. And it's a guy that you can stash the rest of the season if they either move away from Pollard, if they trade Pollard, if Pollard gets hurt. Tajay Spears could be a top 25 back, I feel like. Do you like Tajay Spears, the player?
Oh, dude, as a player, he's definitely first off, again, I've always told you that I'm an opportunistic guy. I understand this is a split backfield, but I'm also a person that if you have enough attempts in your career, aka like 2 to 4 seasons of being the lead guy, Tony Pollard, for instance. I know he has some very elite years, but he's on a really bad team. He's still talented, but Taji's younger, not as hurt prone. I'd rather have Taji because he is talent. He's more talented right now because he is younger and he's just more explosive. And Tony Pollard, it's just Tony Pollard and Jalen Warren remind me a lot of like two in the same. Jalen Warren has been lighting up lately, but nonetheless, he still is just a guy. Is he
Just
really?
a guy. Just a guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's not the guy. Like so, I'd rather have Tajee Spears, who could be the guy, in my opinion.
Yeah. Next one, Ray Davis, 11% owned, coming off the bye at Carolina. Now, I'm not really into starting him this week, but if you really need in a pinch to start a guy, I feel like the Bills are going to blow the wheels off the Panthers this week. So he could get a touchdown, 7 touches. But going forward, I still have Ray Davis as a top handcuff.
I'm sorry, are they at home?
At Carolina. I don't care. Carolina is
no. I know. I'm just yeah. No, it doesn't matter. Like Carolina, they can.
Do you think Ray Davis is an elite handcuff still? Because I know, like, Ty Johnson's been getting a lot of work, and I feel like Ray Davis is not. We thought he'd have more of a role this year. He has not, but I feel like it's Ray Davis's backfield if James Cook gets hurt. Ray Davis is a beast, man. Love Ray Davis.
I personally have I have an one auction league. I told you, that I've talked to you about that you could, by the way, shout out to Rob convincing me to pick Bucky Irving for $4 as a keeper over Brock Bowers for $1. And well, even though Bucky Irving's hurt, still has probably more points. Bucky Irving.
100%.
No, 100%. So that's what I'm saying. Thank you for I was sort of thinking that, but I told you I was yin and yang between the both, and you're like, no, you go Bucky. So I mean, no, it's one of those things. Yeah, but I'm sorry, go on.
Next name here, deep running back waiver guy here. Again, these guys, I'm not recommending any of them to use a waiver on. Maybe Tajay Spears, but once waiver's clear. Isaiah Davis, 4% at Cincinnati. Like the matchup. He played 49% of the snaps last week. Now, if you get Tyrod Taylor there starting, you might have more of a functional NFL offense, which is the hope. I like Isaiah Davis for, again, the same things I said about Tajay Spears. He's a handcuff. He's possibly playable in a pinch. And you have the trade potential with Breece Hall. I feel like he's the most likely to get traded of the bunch. He will get traded. And Braylon Allen's out for the year, so.
Him or Kamara.
Yeah, but Kamara doesn't want to leave, and, Breece Hall wants to get out of there. That's the difference. And, Kamara has a lot of roots in New Orleans. They love him there. He loves it there, the city, the fans. Breece Hall, it's the Jets. They don't love anything. You know what I mean? The owner's a clown. The team's in turmoil. Last name here, real quick. DJ Giddens, 2%. Strict stash. Again, not a waiver, but a pickup because Jonathan Taylor's playing 92% of the snaps right now. And he's more likely to hold up than Christian McCaffrey just based on the workload. But that's a lot of work. And the last name here, 0% owned guy I want to keep an eye on and possibly pick up in a deep league. Devin Neal. You got Kendre Miller out for the year. And Devin Neal out of Kansas he fell in the draft to the 4th round because he ran a 4.640, which I don't give a shit about. Bucky Irving also ran a 4.6, and he's a good player. He's an all-purpose. He's an all-purpose back. Yeah, Bucky Irving. That's why he fell so. Yeah, and he's small too, but he's just really quick. Devin Neal though is a 215 pounds all-purpose back. He's like think of Woody Marks, but add 10 pounds to Woody Marks. Sure. That's Devin Neal. And Kamara's still banged up. I don't think he's going to get traded, but at least he's sliding into the number 2 role there. A couple of wide receivers I want to get your opinion on here, Ray. So we have Mike Evans out for the year with a collarbone. He gone.
Hey, real quick. Rest in peace to that 1,000-yard continuous season.
It's gone. So we have Chris Godwin with a very, very questionable timetable return. We have Ibuka who looked terrible physically, could not jump. I can't believe they put him out there. He's hurt right now. So you have Tez Johnson. And I know Sterling Shepard's there. We know what Sterling Shepard is. He's literally the most boring wide receiver 4 you could ever start. Tez Johnson is like Tank Dell out there, man. This dude is making plays. They're scheming up plays for him. He's playing 70% of the snaps. I feel like they're going to get him more involved.
Jumping over peeps.
Owned. Yeah, that was awesome. And he's at New Orleans. Great matchup. So I think Tez Johnson is maybe worth a waiver if you need wide receiver help this week. I know he's got a week 9 bye, so you get 1 week of him, then bye week. But I don't expect Chris Godwin coming back anytime soon. And even if Ibuka is, say, 100% healthy, Tez Johnson's going to have a role in this offense.
Well, and so so when all three were healthy with the original first three, who was playing the slot? Was it Ibuka?
Ibuka was playing in the slot, yeah. But now Ibuka's going to be playing outside.
No, right. So that's what I'm saying. So that means that leaves that role to Tez. So and Baker loves because Baker loves throwing, pushing it downfield, but he's really matured over his career lately. And I know he had a bad last game, but nonetheless, like with Tez Johnson, that he's going to become his new blanket with Cato Otten. So it's going to become whoever gets open quicker. So it's a short, just little hook. He'll go to Otten. But it's a quick slant. He's going to go into Tez Johnson, and Tez Johnson has that explosive ability to go to the house and make a 5 to 10 yard slant into a 30 to 40 house call. So I think Tez Johnson is a good pickup this week.
Yeah, he's got juice, man. Jalen Noel, next one, 1% owned. You have Nico Collins most likely missing next week. They're going to have a short week there after Monday Night Football, last night's game, concussion. And Higgins does not look good. Noel, and you have Kirk out. So Jalen Noel's good. He's good. He looks good, and he's the slot guy there. They don't have time to throw the ball downfield to Higgins. I like Noel, man. I think he's good. 1% owned. He's more of a stash. I don't know about starting him this week, but again, not a waiver guy, but a guy I'm picking up after waivers clear. And last name, deepest name in the world. Keep an eye on this guy because the reports coming out of Las Vegas is that Jacoby Myers is probably gone. He's probably played his last snap there. And Jack Batchman was the highest, his second round pick.
No, wait. Jacoby Myers is gone?
It's not official, but like it's pretty cryptic right now. It's like, he's like, he said he wants to be traded, but he's going to play there as long as they have him, like something like that. Like, why would they keep Jacoby Myers? Why would they keep him? Their season's over. So he's a guy that's not been
half-ass wide receiver 3 on a decent team. So
yeah, but Jack Bash is going to fill that role, and we have some really inconsistent reports on Bauer's knee. I wouldn't be surprised if they shut down Bowers at some point, if not right now. And who knows? He's probably going to come back, but like he's their future. And Dante Thornton's a bum. Dante Thornton's a bum. Trey Tucker's just a guy. Jack Bash is a second-round NFL draft pick. That is a Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua light, like that type of player.
Yep.
That I feel I can give you some wide receiver 3 value late in the year in a deep league. Doesn't matter. Kenny Pickett, hopefully. Hopefully it's not Gino.
I was just thinking it doesn't matter. But
the point is that I've seen teams bottom out. The Raiders have bottomed out right now, Ray, and they can't get any worse.
I like Besh as well. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just fucking with you that unfortunately. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, he's a 0% owned guy. It's a guy to keep an eye on. I'm not telling you to pick up Jack Bash, but the second Jacoby Myers gets traded, scoop that motherfucker up.
Right. Oh yeah. No, like I was never disagreeing with the name. It was just more like that. It's
gross. The Raiders are gross. It's gross.
That's unfortunate what I was getting at because you and I have Genty in many leagues and it's not fun.
All right, we'll get to your questions here. Elite, I'll answer a few of them, but we're way behind. You need it, Elite. If you're still in here, you got to join the Discord, bro. There's channels for all these questions, and we have a community answering these questions. So definitely get in there. He said he made 2 trades today. He wants their opinion. Ryan says you guys are fucking legendary. Ryan, you're fucking legendary.
Ryan, hey, great name.
Traded away. It's a good name. Well, actually, you're Ray, but it is Ryan. Traded away Rico Dowdle and Woody Marks and got back Breece Hall and Terry McLaurin. I love the Breece Hall Terry McLaurin side.
Dude, you got back. Who did that? Get them in the main Rob's leagues. My gosh,
yeah,
that's amazing.
Silly.
I
would want Breece Hall. I would want Breece Hall just for those two, or Terry McLaurin just for those two.
Dude, exactly. You may not look a bandit. Good job, Elite.
And then traded Ted McMillan and QJ for Bucky Irving. That one's more fair. It depends. If you have a winning record, maybe. If not, I don't know if I like it.
Well, and again, I think it just depends on his both positional, situations. Like I guess obviously you need if he traded away Teat, you need a running back getting Bucky with QJ. So I'm assuming he needed a running back. So it might be pretty it might be a good trade, but Teat is he's really doing damn well right now. So I wish I had him too.
Ray, 1 sentence answer, 1 name, maybe 2 names. Who is the greatest fantasy player of all time?
Randy Moss or Jerry Rice or LT. That's 3 options, but
yeah, well, Jerry Rice is, but not many people were playing fantasy back then. That was newspaper
oh,
shit. So that would be the answer. I think LT. I think LT.
LT. I think LT is the modern answer for all like a normal. When I say normal, like a modern age people like us. But I just found this out that it was some whatever. It doesn't matter. It was some conference, and some announcer that we know was saying like, oh, it was who was the bald dude that left ESPN? That Matthew that everybody hates. That's terrible.
Matthew Berry?
Yeah, that idiot. He no, he's awful. But I'm just saying, like, it was something at some conference, and he said like, who had the most? He was introducing Jerry Rice. And he's like the guy who had the most fantasy points in one game, and Jerry Rice had like 5 touchdowns, like something like 200 yards, and like like 12 to 15 catch, something crazy. So it was like 60 something points. And or Barry Sanders might have been also could have been. I mean, I'm just saying, but something. Like
I think LT because it was right at the start of the modern fantasy football era. Josh Reynolds a pickup this week or Mooney? I don't know if I want if Tyrod starts, maybe Josh Reynolds. Mooney you can't really trust just because it's Bijan, it's Drake London, and it's Kyle Pitts right now, and that's not and Algier like is ahead of him technically in the pecking order. It's gross. It's gross. But I like the idea of Mooney, but if Penix is hurt, I mean I don't like it. Sharps has been a monster, TB. He's been a monster. LaRose, that rate my 12 team PPR. Herbert, Scat, Dobbins, Nico, Sutton, and Buka Kittle. Herbert, Scat, and Dobbins, Nico, Sutton. I like it. It's not the sexiest team in the world. I give it a B. Well, just because you have Kittle and Herbert.
I'm just interested in what your record is and what you are in position. Just because I don't think it's a terrible team at all, but it's also seems like a very hit or miss team. Like so, like 1 week you go 200 points, but you could also go 80 points in the next week. So
it's probably a 3-4 team because Kittle's missed the whole year and Nico's been up and down.
I was looking for 3-3-4. I was right in the middle there somewhere. I'm with you on that.
Blake says, has Roshan ever been healthy? No, not even in college.
No,
Jason,
that's a
waiver wire.
He was healthy as a rookie, was he not?
I guess he doesn't play much. And he didn't really get hurt in college because he was behind Bijan. Waiver wire tight end drafted Freiermuth, had to pick him up over Bowers with the injury. Going to pick up a different tight end over Freiermuth. I think you can't start Freiermuth. He plays the third most snaps in that tight end room. And that was a one-off game. I love Freiermuth. They paid him a lot of money. I don't know what they're doing.
I love him as well, but he's just not like that was a huge anomaly what just happened last week. It sucks to say, but
he had 0 catches in the first half. Right. You can't trust anyone in that. You can't trust Jonnu. You definitely can't trust Darnell Washington.
DK,
it's just rough.
DK and Jalen Walton. That's it.
Henry for Zay and ETN sound realistic. Yeah, that sounds like a fair trade. I would do that to get Henry. I mean, ETN's in the downswing right now. He looks bad. The team is kind of in a fucking just turmoil right now. It's not looking good. Trevor Lawrence is reverting back to old school T-Law.
I'm glad I have Tootin stock because Tootin's going to be getting that backfield sooner or later. So, yeah, I would do it. I mean, real quick, am I wrong to say that?
No, you're not wrong. I like it. Thoughts on Bill? Thoughts on Bill moving forward? JCM, keep or sell? I think you have to keep him because he hasn't really busted out yet. Now, if he has a big game or two, then you can maybe move on from him. But he's got a fumbling issue too.
Especially where you drafted him, like right now, keep him. But if, like Rob just said, if he goes off like at least 1 or 2 games and you need some other position badly, like a good tight end, another receiver, even a quarterback or something, whatever you need, I would sell high on him then because you got him cheap.
Blake makes a good point here. He said he wished he could get Gatson, but he can't drop Fannin or Otten. I mean, you could, but they're all so close. Gatson probably has the highest upside of the bunch just because his role in the offense. He's a seam stretching athletic tight end and he's a rookie. But would it surprise you if Gatson came out and had 2 catches for 12 yards?
No, but here's the same thing. I to be honest, I would drop Fannin for him because who has the absolute garbage quarterback out of the 3? Gabriel is the worst by a mile compared to Baker.
By a mile.
So, I mean, that's just my thought on that. I would drop him for him. Bring it up, roll the dice.
Yeah, Dustin, what's up, fellas? Who's better waiver and start this week? Manungai or Tez, and how much FAAB using on both? It's definitely Tez, and I wouldn't use too much, maybe 15%.
Oh, but what if
And
what if he has a really good like receiving situation, just needs a bye week guy, but I'm saying he has a worse I'm saying Manon guy is up. I don't know. I think Manon guy, because right now, again, we're Bears fans. I want the Bears passing offense to look better. It's just not. They're looking like just an old style Bears team to be able to just run I don't know. I'm with you. Tez is definitely the upside without Evans, but I really like Manon guy as a pickup this week. But if you
yeah, I
need
wouldn't put too much fab on him though, I guess is a thing.
Oh yeah, no,
If
oh
you're in a
yeah,
must
yeah.
win, maybe, but
Yes. I put more fab on Tez than Manon guy for sure. But I like both.
what do you expect in this game script, right? Let's say against the Ravens, where they're probably gonna be losing. What do you expect the snap share to be? 75-25?
It's so that was assuming Bears losing script.
Just in general. Let's just say just in general against the Ravens. What do you expect it to be?
70-30s or 60-40. Just I think not 60-40, probably 70-30 would be a solid, because right now basically I think it is that Montgomery guy is an elite handcuff. He's just not going to be doing, because Swift is so hot, so they're running the hot hand. I mean, Ben Johnson ain't going to stop doing that. So
100%. All right, I'll get to all your questions here in a second. A couple announcements. We got a new Patreon loyal subscriber. It is Wally. Shout out Wally. Cheers
Wally.
to Scott, Logan, Mouth, John, Braden, Wally, Mark, and Jason are the fanatics. Appreciate you. If you want to come on the show, if you want to play in fantasy leagues, if you want to join the Discord, if you want access to my early bets, we're crushing ass this year. Here you go. I'm making you all money. We have 0 subs on this video. We have 0 subs in this video, 0 super chats so far. Give your boy some love, man. This is my 3rd show of the day. I do got to feed my family. I'm going to keep on doing it as long as I can. But like, if I'm literally making $0, I can't keep on doing this. Like, not 25 hours a week. I can't. I want to. I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to keep grinding, but I'm not trying to be that guy, but come on, man. Like, the content's real. The guests are real. The answers are real. The money from the gambling alone. If you follow these picks, you're making dough. You're making dough, baby. Let's make dough together and let's win fantasy together. Back to questions here. Let's see. Chad says big time under the radar game for this week is Rashard Smith. He's been taking more of Pacheco's snaps when it shows that the Chiefs aren't comfortable with Pacheco being the lead back. I would just kind of hold on the Rashard Smith love, because in the first half he only played like 6 snaps, and then he ended up playing like 29 snaps. But that game was over in the second quarter. So he got all that yardage and catches when the game was out of reach. Now he is carving out a nice little role, a Jerick McKinnon-esque role there, which is nice. But I think he's a pickup. I don't think he's startable yet, unless you're really in a pinch. Now, if it was Kyle Monangai or Rashard Smith this week, I think I might go Rashard Smith, but that's not like a ringing endorsement, or that's not very confident, right? He's probably more likely to get a touchdown and probably more likely to have receptions, although Monangai can get some goal line work. But what are your thoughts on Rashard Smith, Ray?
Honestly, I think this is one of those things that I'm with you. I think he's more of a handcuff. Like you had a really good, comparison with McKinnon, or what? I'm sorry, the guy in Washington. What's his name?
JCM.
Yeah, no, not JCM. With the
McNichols.
Yes, him. I think he can be something more like that, like a more productive version of that on that team. I mean, I don't know, like Pacheco didn't look half bad this last week. I mean, he got a good amount of run. And honestly, at this point, to be perfectly honest, I think the Chiefs might be a heavy candidate to trade for a running back. Like, I have Pacheco.
Oh, they have to. They have to. They're in win now. I mean, they have
correct. To. That's what I'm saying. So I have Pacheco in a fantasy league. I want them to use him, but to be perfectly honest, he hasn't been putting up as much as they would expect. They're a top trade candidate. So I would just be weary with Smith and how much you would be putting stock into him at the moment, because they're going to do something on that position, I believe. And that's my opinion.
Agreed. And even as currently constructed, I'm still weary. Ryan says in the flex, Vidal or Diggs. I think it has to be Vidal, man, because Hassan Haskins has already been ruled out. So they're bringing up Naeem Hines in the practice squad. And we all know he is just a dude. And he's definitely like not going to take any early down work from Vidal. And that was the worry with Haskins. Yeah,
total scat back.
Vidal's going to get all 70% of the work. So give me Vidal, and you know, the
real
Vikings
quick.
can't be head on the ground.
I was like, who's New England playing this week?
New England plays shit.
I'm just scared.
It's still early in the week. New England plays. They play the Browns.
That is a tough.
Not an easy matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I would go with Vidal for sure, especially because I mean, with the other one, Haskins being out.
Sven, Devin Neal, definitely worth a flyer, man. Not a waiver pickup. Last spot on the bench kind of guy, but yeah, and Taysom Hill's there to take some touchdowns anyway. Garrett says, would you trade Keenan Allen and Brian Thomas for Ladd and Scat? Keenan Allen and Brian Thomas for Ladd and Scat. I want Ladd and Scat there for sure. For sure.
I would assume that you have more. You're a strength at receiver to trade 2 for 1-1, and it means you need a running back. And Scat is up. Both of them are ascending right now, and the other 2, I would still take Ladd over Allen, even though Allen seems to be the easy go-to blanket right now for Justin Herbert. But Ladd is still younger, more elite talent than Keenan Allen at his age and his stage of his career at the moment. So, and Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, I love the guy, but my God, he's just dropping balls left and right, and that offense there's not looking great. I would definitely take that I would take the latter. Scatting.
Would you start Herbert or May this week? It's pretty easy May, correct? Yeah, I know it's not an easy matchup, but May's gonna get some stuff on the ground there, and Herbert's offensive line is just too beat up.
Yep.
Yeah, Jason, good call. McMillan's going to come back too. I know that kind of hurts Tez, but that's not, I don't think, till week 12. And I that's kind of where I project Godwin's coming back too. So with Tez, at least you have this week 10 and 11. And then if he keeps on crushing, they're not going to, they might scale his snaps back a bit. But if he's leading him here and he does something no one else does on this team, he is a straight burner, bro. Burner.
Well, let's be real, dude. Those other 2 had major, especially you put it yourself, Jason, neck injury. I mean, McMillan, I don't know. If Tez is a hot hand for these next month, and then McMillan comes back, and they're going to ease him in, and Tez is going to be red hot, we hope and assume. So, I wouldn't worry about that until the time comes.
At this point, Joseph, I love Coker, but I would pick up Tez Johnson because you can use him right now, and Coker's more of a stash. I do still like Coker, though, for the record. Troy Franklin or Marvin Mims in the flex this week at Dallas. I'm going to take the home run shot on Marvin Mims. I think that they've been saying for 2 years now they're going to play him more. It hasn't really came to fruition. Last week they did unleash Marvin Mims, played more in the fourth quarter, and lo and behold, they scored 33 points. So Troy Franklin has terrible hands. He has so many. He's almost Jerry Jeudy-esque, man. And I know he's best friends with Bo Nix and all that shit. He plays more snaps. Marvin Mims is a more dynamic player. Not to mention you get some of the rushing upside with Marvin Mims. You're not getting from Troy Franklin.
Right. And if you get return yards in your league, Marvin Mims gets that on top of that. So.
Yeah, Mark says Schultz to play for Houston. He had 9 catches, man, and 10 targets. And without Nico Collins there, he's almost a must start. I'm pretty salty. I dropped him in a league on his bye week. And just because it's Dalton Schultz and he's not a sexy name. But yeah, man, Dalton Schultz is in that territory now for sure. Well, you got to start Kittle for sure this week. I might bet on Kittle's yards this week. They might try to feed him a little bit, reward him for all that blocking he did on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football.
I'd agree.
Here we go. Big Ray and Rob, give up Kraft and get Judkins. He needs a tight end desperately, 100%. I'm guessing you're a George Kittle owner or a Tyler Warren owner. As long as you have a decent, if you have Dalton Schultz, for instance, it's tougher for me, but I probably would still do it. If you need a running back, Quinshon Judkins is top 15.
Very nice. Move forward with that.
Right?
You're in? 100%, dude. And we're assuming he has another tight end that would be able to make up with that difference for sure. Judkins is an ascending player right now.
Mark has Otten. I have Otten Bowers on IR. I wanted to drop Harvey for Gatson. Thoughts? I know a lot of tight ends. Otten's been solid. I would rather just have Otten for now. I know Otten might not be the season-long answer because once they get healthy, Otten will go back to being his 3 for 30 guy, with a touchdown upside. I think you could do it, but you have Bowers. So I think you just roll with Otten this week. You get Bowers back next week, ideally, and you're fine. I wouldn't want to roster 3 tight ends unless you just roll with Gatson and drop Otten. That's the only play. So that's up to you. I think Gatson's good upside, but Otten this week is probably, I'd rank Otten higher than Gatson this week.
I'm with Rob. I don't, as bad as Vegas is looking, and I mean, and we did talk about that. There's possibility that they just may shelf Bowers for this year. That's a long shot thing because Bowers is him and Max Crosby and Genty are probably their best players. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing some random people I can't think of the top of my head, but I mean, as athletic players, those are the best players. They're not going to stop, or they're not going to not bring back Bowers if he's healthy. So I would, because again with Gaskin, he, like Rob said, he could just be a flash in the pan, just and not as high upside. Otten is going to have upside in the middle that you need.
Leonard, you could grab Gatson, especially if you have Bowers. See what happens this week. Then you get Bowers back next week, hopefully. So Gatson's a fine, like an upside and possibly a floor play this week. Let's see what his snap rate looks like. I'm pretty confident in that because Tyler Conklin and Will Dissly suck. They've been phased out of the offense. So it seems, and the thing is, you would think it wouldn't be like that because their offensive line's so beat up, so they'd want Conklin and Dissly, who are better blockers. But that wasn't the case, man. They just said, screw it, we're going to throw the damn ball. And they did it. So I like Gatson, man.
Well, and here's the thing too. Where did they draft Gaskin?
It wasn't that. It was like a 3rd or 4th round pick. You know what? He looks better than Colson Loveland.
No. But unfortunately, yeah. But my point is the other two guys, those other two that you said, Will Dissly and what was the other one you said?
Tyler Conklin.
Both of them had years. I knew the name when you said it. Yeah, both those guys have had years to prove it and do it. And they've had flashes in the pan, but they're just who they are. They're average. I mean, I would go Godseen as an upside with them against over those guys.
Trade away Kittle or Ferguson. I feel like I might need a running back as well as a receiver. 100%. I would trade away Ferguson right now because Kittle, you're not going to quite get the value you deserve because he's been out and coming off a goose egg. I much prefer Kittle rest of the season, and Ferguson's like number 2 tight end right now in the league. So trade Ferguson, and you got to make sure the key is not what you get back, running back or receiver. If you need both, target the team that needs a tight end most. And then scour their roster. Find the 2 or 3 teams, send out offers, feelers to all of them, and see what you can get. The most you can get back. That's the key, is getting value. Getting value.
Real quick, Leonardo, if you're in a friend league and anybody went to Iowa or just love the 49ers, take advantage. Otherwise, follow Rob's advice.
There you go. CK, what's going on, CK? Drop Taylor, Mason Taylor for Gatson. Probably.
But here's the thing, dude. If Tyler Taylor's going forward, I mean,
how many touchdowns are the Jets going to score, though? How many touchdowns are the Jets going to score?
Well, no, I understand. I'm just saying, tight end is such a hard position. If you're in a PPR, I mean, I would drop him for him, but I'm saying that don't be surprised that it could be close to even in the long run. Just if Taylor just be an easy dump off option for the Jets.
Generation says Shaheed, Tez, Franklin, Mooney, or Alec Pierce in the flex in PPR. I would tell you this: if there's no Josh Downs again this week, it's probably Alec Pierce. If Josh Downs comes back, then I'm going to lean towards Shaheed or Tez, not Mooney, not Franklin. So it's those 3 names. I think Tez is your home run shot. Shaheed's probably your floor play. I don't mind his matchup this week, and I like Rashid Shaheed. So it's between those 3 names. So just pay attention to Downs injury reports. If there's no Downs, it's probably Alec Pierce. I think I'm most comfortable with Shaheed, though.
I would say, honestly, that the middle 2 names, Franklin and Mooney, are the ones out. I like Rob said. I mean, Alec, with Downs out, he's looking great right now, and Tez is right now with all the injuries and ascending player, and then Rashid Shaheed has he could have the lowest floor, but he also probably not the lowest floor, but he has the most upside because the guy is a stud, explosive athlete. So,
Braden asks how we're feeling about Matthew Golden. Is he worth holding on to? Definitely got to hold him. He's a borderline. This week he's a start because it's the by Mageddon, so there's so many buys and injuries. Not feeling great, but his snap share has gone up. I think he played 78% of the snaps this past week. So he's getting into that wide receiver 3 territory. He's got some juice. I do really like the matchup this week against a terrible Steelers secondary that just got beat to shit by everyone on the Bengals. So, and I can see the Packers trying to lay a smackdown here. So I could see Matthew Golden catching a deep bomb. You think he's a top 36 guy this week and going forward?
They didn't draft him in the first round for no reason. So I
think he's better. He's better in the short term than long term because you're getting Jaden Reed back and you're getting Christian Watson back.
Oh no, I agree. I'm saying, you're talking right now, like how right now is he worth holding on to? I mean, dude, and again, those other two guys you just said though, I'm a guy that have you in fantasy? Have you wowed me? Those two have never continuously wowed me. They don't. To be honest, they don't do much. I mean, I know they produce, but it's not a wow factor. Golden being in the Packers never draft anybody in the first round at receiver. The guy and he has. I don't know. I would hold on to him because maybe it just takes a little longer, and because the Packers aren't going away, they're going to be competitive. They're going to be in. They're going to be in it. Again,
would you start Judkins, Devonta Smith, or DK this week? Judkins, Devonta Smith, or DK? I think I'm going Judkins, man. It depends on the scoring. Full PPR, man, I think I like DK in that matchup. But if it's half PPR, give me Judkins. I know Devonta Smith's coming off a legendary game, but he's notoriously inconsistent. This should and will be a Saquon Barkley game.
I hate Devonta Smith because of his inconsistency. Because I've had him multiple times, and he's a great player. His inconsistency just infuriates me. So I would be picking Judkins as I hate to say it again. I'm following with you. Like if it's half PPR, Judkins, full PPR, I'm going DK. But again, Judkins he's on a high hand. So depends what
he's their offense right now. He's their offense. Meraki says was offered Waddle, Devontae Adams, and Saquon for Judkins, Ibuka, and Tet. Thoughts? So he's giving up Waddle, or he's offered Waddle, Devontae Adams, and Saquon for Judkins, Ibuka, and Tet. Man, so let's break it down player by player here. Saquon versus Judkins. I think I'd still rather have Saquon, but it's really close. Ibuka versus Adams. That's really close. And Ibuka. Tet versus Waddle. I think I want Tet. So, man, that is as close can be.
I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Wouldn't you rather have Ibuka over Devontae the rest of the year?
Probably, but dude, Devontae Adams just caught 3 touchdowns. He's fine. He's great.
He's got 31 yards
throwing the ball. You gotta beat up Puka. I don't care. You got beat up Puka right now. Devontae is clearly their red zone option. But the problem is the the worst player in this trade is Jalen Waddle. With the uncertainty there in Miami.
Criminal. That's criminal. He's such a talent. That's criminal that he's the worst player, but he is. Because that team is just bad.
I know, it's like youth movement versus veterans right there, right?
I know, that's exactly what that is. No, that's exactly what it is.
I think I want to lean the side of Saquon just because I don't want to trade Saquon and have him go off to be looking like he was last year because he's the best player in this trade. I know it seems bad. We've seen this before. They can turn it around. The Eagles will turn it around. I think I'm holding pat with Waddle, Devontae, and Saquon. Honestly, I think I am.
So here's the thing. I'll just say that piggyback what Rob just said is that the Eagles, or first off, I don't know when the last time that the number one fantasy scorer was the number one fantasy scorer back-to-back years. Wasn't that what year? Who was that? Who was the last player to do that?
No, it might have. No, it wasn't McCaffrey. It's been a while. Antonio Brown, probably.
Whoever it was, it doesn't matter. But we're talking about Saquon. Saquon, unfortunately, I wanted him. I didn't get any stock in him this year, just by chance. But I'm not surprised that he hasn't been putting up his numbers at the moment just because he's probably a tired body. And plus, on top of the offense is just not clicking as much as it should be. Going forward, they're going to figure it out. They're an elite team. And Rob's point, as much as all these are huge, that's a huge 6-name trade right there. Saquon is the guy. He's going to end up being okay. And you're going to regret if you get rid of him when down. If you do the trade and you stick it into the playoffs, I'm almost going to say, to be honest, that the team that you trade, those veterans will stick it to you in the playoffs, and you'll be pissed. But we could be wrong. You use your gut.
It's really close, I guess, is where I'm going to go with it.
It's not a bad trade either way, but I would go with the veterans just because it's Saquon.
Agreed. Kamara, Chase Brown, or Kittle in the flex and full PPR. Probably Kamara with no Kendre Miller, man. It's close. It would be Kamara or Kittle. I gotta see one more week from Chase Brown. I know it's a good matchup this week, but give me Kamara and then Kittle. I don't like flexing a tight end personally, and I'm gonna see it from Kittle. If it's a tight end, I always start Kittle, but in terms of flex, give me Alvin Kamara in a game where he might actually catch 5 passes for once. Blake says, should I offer Devonta Smith, Fannin, Spears for Jalen Warren and Dubs, or is that too much? I would rather have Devontae, Fannin, and Spears than Jalen Warren and Dubs.
I'm with that.
I think you're buying high on Jalen Warren his stock's too high right now for where I expect him to be.
And Romeo Dobbs,
Romeo Dobbs again. You got all those guys coming back,
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's just
Christian Watson, Jaden Reed.
And that's going to be a team, again, the amount of quarterback. He just spreads it to everybody. So getting a guy to rely, he's not going to be a reliable week-to-week guy.
We got Riley saying, I'm throwing this year in Dynasty 1.0 tight end premium, half PPR for receivers. I just traded London, Dylan Gabriel, and Kamara for Neighbors and Swift. So Dylan Gabriel's a nothing. Kamara, so it's essentially London and Kamara. I like that because Kamara, man, Neighbors and London are close for Dynasty. I prefer Neighbors if you're throwing in the towel, and I'd rather have Swift than Kamara. So it's close, but I see what you're doing. When Neighbors is an elite, he's elite. He's a top 5 receiver. Although I do love Drake London. They're both really young. I'd rather have Neighbors, especially with Jackson Dart balling out. So I get what you're doing there in a Dynasty league. Story. I'm talking about Story. Big Ray's here. Big Ray, do you know when Garrett Wilson's coming back? Do you think it's definitely not this week, and they have a week 9 bye, so week 10?
That would be the most logical thing. Unfortunately, I got him in XFL where I'm still leading number 1. I know you're crawling up my ass, but
I shouldn't be. I lost Neighbors and Burrow. Let's see. I'm from the Bay Area, and almost everyone's a 49er fan in my league. You can always take advantage of hometown heroes. We're in Chicago, so the thing is, it's the opposite here in Chicago because no one wants Bears players historically because they're bad.
Please explain that just in a and you explain that over me. Like for us as Bears fans with all our friends in leagues, just explain to all these people across the country how dumb our friends are for picking Bears people super high over their ADP
every year.
Over our career. I mean, but I'm saying just give 2 quick examples of how dumb our friends are for just picking players. I mean, just to his point.
Well, the reality is in the last 10 years there hasn't been many hits on Bears players, and they've all been whiffs. So the fact that even drafting them at cost is bad. They're reaching on these guys, which is good for me because I like to avoid Bears players in general. I don't care. They're another team to me in terms of fantasy. I don't care. I play 25 leagues. I give a shit if I have players on my own team. I actually prefer not to have them because it's, again, a good bet not to have them. Jason says, should I drop Ayuk or Fannin? I got Tyler Warren and Io Manor for Tez Johnson, Spears, Monangai, Brashard Smith. Not Brashard Smith. I would drop Ayuk and probably Io Manor before I drop Fannin, and I would pick up Tez and Spears. I would pick up Tez and Spears, not Monangai and not Brashard Smith.
And I would do the same, but then put in a backup waiver wire for Monangai in case you can't get Spears. Over Brashard Smith.
I wouldn't use a waiver wire. I wouldn't use a waiver wire on any of these guys, like a waiver claim, unless I had if I had like a number 8 claim. Maybe Spears if it's a deep league. I'm not using a waiver claim on any of these dudes, man. None of them are going to be difference makers, like, to win you the league. That's what I'm very, very stingy with my waivers, bro. Jason says, should I drop Nick Chubb / Cup for Tez, Mooney, Coleman, Monangai, Brashard Smith? Again, Monangai, Brashard Smith, no. I think Keon Coleman's a nice little pickup this week with how much he struggled. And the idea is Josh Palmer's out. Josh Palmer's definitely out this week. Might be a multi-week absence. So now you're looking at Keon Coleman, who's already playing 80% of the snaps, uptick in snaps, uptick in targets. He's looked bad. He has looked bad. Not an easy matchup this week against J.C. Horn. So this week's tough for Coleman, but he could catch a touchdown with the best of any of them, right? And Nick Chubb's done. So Nick Chubb's done. Done.
I drafted Keon Coleman in my high school league, and I held on. It's a 10-team league. I held on to him all the way until this week. I'm sorry, this past week.
Buys.
And I'm not. No, it wasn't. It was, but it's just like I have Josh Allen. I wanted that combo. Never happened. Ain't happening in my eyes.
No, I still think he's a pickup though. He's a pickup in a 12-team league. I mean, Josh Allen's number 1 receiver.
We're in the buy again, and he's a pickup. I'm just saying, overall, just he pissed me off. Pick him up if you need a receiver. He's worthy of that.
Look who it is joining midstream. We got Mike Story in a hotel room. Where's the hookers at, Story?
Yeah, shows the dead body.
Already gone?
Dude, we chased him off. No, we chased him off. They were not impressed with what we had to offer.
Oh boy.
All right, we're in the middle of this, man. So you're jumping in at a good time. How you doing? How's your trip, by the way? We'll take a little break on the questions.
So far, so good. It actually starts tomorrow. We got a big show the rest of the week, but I decided I could not go multiple days without jumping on a stream. So let's get into it.
That's my boy's story, man.
He's trying to say he's trying to tell me that he's like, oh well, Ray, I need you over Story. I'm like, well, I don't know about that, but I have the availability, so I'm here.
No,
you've been on a lot, man.
Ray's a stud.
You're a stud. You're the swing man. You're the dude, man. Should I drop Mixon and Evans? Might be back fantasy playoffs. To get Henry, or he's saying and Henry for Tracy, Monangai, and Brashard Smith / Tez. I think Tez is a good pickup. Tracy's a good pickup. Monangai maybe. I think Mixon needs to be gone. Evans needs to be gone, and I would keep Hunter Henry.
Unfortunately, yeah. I picked Mixon and I not paying attention for I think I said like $10 in my auction league, and yeah, that was a waste of $10 because he ain't coming back. So drop Mixon, Evans, he's done. So and Hunter Henry. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I would. Man, he has Zach Ertz. So I guess you can drop him, but
Zach Ertz. They're both. I would say they're both like one and the same. I mean, I guess I would play the matchup with both of them.
Story, give me your take on Brashard Smith and Tez Johnson right now.
So look at the targets for Tez Johnson. Like we know Mike Evans is done for the year. Godwin doesn't look like he's close to coming back. Tez Johnson, as small as he is, he's still he's now a necessary part of that offense. I like the opportunity that Tez Johnson has in front of him. At the same time, Brashard Smith, like I've been talking about this guy for 3 weeks now. Like I'm waiting for like the breakout game, but he's been steadily increasing his target share, his opportunity share. I think he's a definite stash. I don't know when the Chiefs bye week is, but he's a guy that I would look to
week
pick
10
up right now. Okay. Like several weeks runway. I'd pick him up right now.
Yeah, last week was nice, but it was all garbage time. But at least, he looks good, and the other guys don't have any juice. So I guess that would be the upside there. And the nice thing about Tez is he's never going to be a 90% snap player, but he's earning targets right now, and he's just open. I was talking about like yesterday about how he's kind of like Tank Dell, a faster Tank Dell. Smaller and faster Tank Dell, if that's possible.
Tez had 9 targets last night.
Yeah.
Like only 4 catches, but Baker Mayfield looked off the entire game. He was.
Did you see the vertical that he had on the overthrow pass? You see the vertical he had, how high he was?
That's
sorry. Do you think he looked injured? I don't know, man. It just he made Baker? So many weird. Yeah, he made so many weird throws. I mean, because I have so much stock in the Tampa Bay and out of my 4 fantasy leagues. I watch them religiously. He was making like Caleb Williams. I hate to say, like Caleb Williams off throws. It just seemed so weird. I don't know. Like it was very, very odd to me. Like what was going on. I mean, maybe it was just I don't know. Maybe it just could have been the matchup too. I don't know. It was just.
Yeah,
I was just curious if you saw anything off with him in your.
I don't think he was injured. I just think it was like a bad night. He was overthrowing like basically everybody.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I mean, I have Ibuka, and that throw, Rob, when Ibuka was wide open in the for a touchdown, and he underthrew Ibuka and then turned around and just hit the guy in the back, the DB in the back. It's like that's really showed me. It's like something's off with him tonight. That was just not.
Solomon says, "Who can I trust at RB2? Dowdle, Kamara, or Charbonnet? It's got to be Kamara with no Kendra Miller, right, guys?"
Yep.
I know it sucks, but like
Dowdle's hard, but it's like it's Kamara without.
Well, we saw the split like between Dowdle and Chuba. It's going to be rough, regardless. You got to go Kamara. It's been a rough go. Hopefully things kind of even out. Devin Neal got some run, but you got to look to Kamara.
Agreed. Hey, real quick,
Rico Dowdle playing hot.
What do you think the odds of Kamara getting traded?
10%. Like, I really don't think he's getting traded.
That's fair. I'm just curious. Your opinion. That's great.
He's made it very clear that he wants to end his career in New Orleans.
And Rob said the same thing. So I was just curious. Sorry,
Rob. Would you trade Devonta Smith for Rome Odunze? That's a tricky one, man.
Rome has more targets and more opportunity. Devonta is a better quarterback and a better offense. So I guess
I'm gonna go with the better offense. I'm gonna stick with Devonta Smith.
It's hard, but
it'll be a more wild ride with Devonta Smith. But Rome, I think we've seen Rome's best games, and not a slight against the guy because he was a 7th round fantasy pick and he was producing wide receiver 1 numbers. I feel like he's going to slide into a low end wide receiver 3, which still is going to outkick where you drafted him.
You really don't think the Bears offense is going to improve at all from where it's at right now? That they're just going to stay the same, that he'll do that?
No, I just believe Luther Burden will carve out a role, and I still believe in DJ Moore.
Well, DJ Moore's done on this team. I mean, he has no role. He's a blocky. I don't know.
DJ Moore's a great player, bro. DJ Moore's a great fucking player.
I didn't say anything about him as a talent. I said him on the Bears team. He's just not involved.
What's your take, Story?
No, I agree with Ray. Like, DJ Moore is basically done on this team. They've moved on to both Luther Burden and Colson Loveland's got tremendous opportunity. I don't think he's a QB1 yet, but he's got the opportunity to kind of catapult himself into that conversation with the Cole Kmet injury. DJ Moore, he won't be on this team next year.
And Robin, nothing
Rocky has it. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, nothing against.
I know. We'll see though. Things can change. Meraki's got a good comment here. My friend just traded away AJ Brown and Kincaid for Tyler Warren. Thoughts?
Ooh.
Now, Meraki, I gotta say, is this one of those situations where you're telling a therapist and you're like, yeah, my friend's having this issues. Like, is this actually you? Because I'll say this, Meraki, I know I'm funny as shit. This is too much. I feel like this is too much for Tyler Warren, and we all love Tyler Warren on this podcast. Yeah. Story in particular loves Tyler Warren. I'm gonna grab a beer real quick. Let me know what you think about this trade, guys.
I mean that's
it's AJ Brown, right? Like, Kincaid is kind of still a guy, and I'm not really.
But I'm saying, well, in points, technically speaking, I mean, I know points doesn't mean necessarily anything when it comes to consistently week to week production, but Kincaid is still a worthy starting tight end. Like, I mean, again, I guess if Kincaid is your backup, I don't know. Like, no, I don't. You don't do this trade. Like AJ Brown. He's in
Tyler Warren's a stud, but it's still a tight end, and you're giving him one of the best. Like, he's still a top 10, top 12 wide receiver.
Well, and sorry to be honest, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, and Kincaid, as well as he's played in recent weeks, he could come out and have 1 catch for 5 yards next week. That's how the Bills' offense operates.
And also the Colts have
you made this trade 3 weeks ago when AJ Brown was like panic level like 10, then maybe I can get it. But you're just coming off the offense looking better and AJ Brown looking better. So that's the issue there. Here's one for Aiden. Just this week, should I pick up Cade Otton or Gatson for this week? Let's say I'm guessing he has Brock Bowers, say. Even though Brock Bowers might be out longer this week, but who do you want if it's just for this week, Otton or Gatson?
Gatson. Give me the runway, like the upside. We've seen Cade Otton in this role, and it's been very good. But his cap is 10 PPR points. Gatson, like you've got to be a good athlete, a good tight end to put up 168 yards receiving. Like, that's just that doesn't happen. Like, it just doesn't happen. So give me Gatson at least for another week.
So, sorry, real quick, if you have for auction points for your free agency, would you be willing to put up a bigger number for Gatson if you have it, like if you're in bye week hell at the moment and you just need a more short term, which would be Otton? Would you be let's say let's say you had Kincaid and you have, I'm just saying, like, I know and you want, would you be willing to put up a big number? When I say a big number, I'm trying to. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, if you need tight end help, I would throw 25% of my remaining free agent budget at Gatson. I fully believe in this talent.
Okay.
If it's long term, it's definitely Gatson. I think short term, I'm taking Cade Otton because how beat up the Bucs are.
And that's what I'm getting at.
Colts are like 28th against tight ends going into that game. I'm not saying like that doesn't make a guy have 170 yards receiving. Also, Justin Herbert threw for 420 yards. That was just a wild ass game. I'm not taking anything away from Gatson. He has clearly eclipsed Conklin and Disley. Those guys are bumps.
No, Story's right. You don't get 168 yards without being a stud athlete, and that goes a long way.
My only worry is their offensive line so beat up. They're going to want to play. The other tight ends are better blockers, and definitely against the Vikings this week, man. Like they put some exotic pressures out there, and they're going to go out and get Justin Herbert injured, right? I don't know if you guys seen American History X. I know you guys have when he's like, you're going to get me shot by a bunch of white boys. Like they're about to go get Justin Herbert injured because they're having a tight end that's running routes when you need to have. That's what happened with Kate Otten early in the year, right? He wasn't running routes because they were just having him essentially be the sixth offensive lineman. That's what they need there because they have the receivers. They have Keenan Allen. They have Quentin Johnson. They have Vlad McConkey. So that's my only worry.
They have Trey Harris.
Trey Harris looked pretty good. Riley says, half PPR dynasty. Should I trade Swift and a draft pick or two for Zay Flowers? I say do that all day in dynasty. Yeah. Zay Flowers is young, man.
Right.
Offer a third and settle on a second. Like offer Swift and a third and see if they take it, and then you can settle on Swift in a second, and you're still winning that trade.
Ooh, Braden, sorry, I missed your comment here. Devonta Smith or Jordan Mason in the flex. What's the verdict?
If it's PPR, it's Devonta Smith all day long.
Yeah, if there's no Aaron Jones though, I like this matchup on Thursday Night Football against the Chargers.
But do you either of you know what's going on with him?
They just opened up his practice window. So he has 3 weeks to come back.
Yeah, right.
That means he's not coming back this week.
Yeah, no,
he's not coming back.
Let's open that up. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm with Rob. I mean, it's full PPR, Devontae, but otherwise, I'd be going Mason as well.
Hetzer, that's a shame. Drafted Nick Chubb in the first round because he's a Browns fan. He's not even on the Browns anymore. So that's Daily Grind says so tilted about last week. Lost by 8 points and had to add a third quarterback with Lamar and Purdy out. Added Jones, but played against Knicks and CMC. You starting Flacco if Lamar doesn't play. Flacco for sure against the Jets defense, but we're 99% sure Lamar's playing, right?
The reports were not good today. Like it looks like it's a true 50-50 at this point.
My bat, bro. Our Ravens.
I know.
No.
They can't go one. They cannot go one. They cannot go. I was talking about this tonight. You cannot. If they go 1-6, that's it. They're done. They're toast.
They have to run the table at that point.
Yeah, like they would have to win out. Right.
It's not happening.
So I think there's a better than 50% chance that Lamar plays. If he doesn't, Flacco's as good a streamer as anybody out there, right? Like probably start him over Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. Probably start him over some other guys. Yeah.
Hey, story real quick. I was talking about this earlier, just a real quick comment that I was telling Simmons and everybody that I'm thankful to the gods of fantasy football that Flacco came to the Bengals because I have chased in 2 leagues and he is old school where he focuses on that number one guy. And it's just like, I'm so happy right now for that because, 23 targets ain't coming every week, but I mean, double-digit targets are guaranteed. I feel like at this point. Am I wrong to say that?
No, I don't think you're wrong at all. Like 23. How many receivers ever have 23 targets?
That's what I'm saying. It's like I think T. Higgins is just sort of like you drafted him where you drafted him, and you got fucked at this point with that. Because
that's 2 weeks of the tiny dancer Kenneth Walker rushing attempts, man. Like, he's a starting running back, quote unquote. Mark's in here. Harvey or Brashard Smith at flex?
Harvey.
That's a tough one, man. Harvey's playing a little bit more, but they're still playing other guys. Yeah.
He's playing.
Yeah. As long as Kareem Hunt is still getting touches, you got to go Harvey because Bidet is no longer a factor in Denver.
What if the question was Travion Henderson versus Brashard Smith?
Travion Henderson's droppable. Get him off the rock. Yeah. He's done. Like he's toast, man. Like I hate to say it, but he's done.
I'm keeping him reluctantly. Sorry for like another week or two.
Our league's so deep that it's hard to drop him, but you can drop him. I'll pick him up. Brandon says, "What can I get for Charbonnet? What can I get for Charbonnet? I need a wide receiver. You can get a lot for Charbonnet right now if you can get yourself a savvy owner because Charbonnet is getting all the high value touches. What do we know about fantasy? The touches that matter is goal line touches and getting receptions. And now Zach Charbonnet is not exactly getting a lot of receptions. He's getting as much receiving work as Kenneth Walker, but getting all of the goal line work. So I know, Story, you've been on this very program saying you want Kenneth Walker over Charbonnet. After that game last night, are you flipping your tune now?
I have completely flipped the script. It's Charbonnet all day long. It sucks because I think Charbonnet is a worse talent than Kenneth Walker, but for whatever reason, that coaching staff, McDonald, he loves Zach Charbonnet. So
Rob, what did K9 possibly do to McDaniels or to Mike McDonald's wife?
Raw dog and Cayman his wife.
I mean, I don't know.
We've upped it. It was banged his wife, and now with what we're seeing, he not only raw dog, he fucking gave her a cream pie. That's what he did. I mean, that's a fact.
Something happened. Something happened. Sorry, something happened.
He could have tag teamed.
K9 is more talented, but
he could have tag teamed McDonald and Clint Kubiak's wives for all we know. Like
so, I'm saying, wait, what he could get? I mean, are you guys thinking like Pittman, or are we thinking like K, like KJ, like Stephon Diggs, Waylon Robinson level? Are we thinking higher?
I think
lower?
Pittman sounds about good.
Yeah, Pittman sounds good. Right.
I'm just trying to think of a level of where we're thinking like where he could possibly get some good level.
Maybe you could it's been a struggle. Maybe you could package Charbonnet and somebody else, like another like a low end receiver, like Matthew Golden, to get a Ted McMillan, maybe, for example, something along those lines.
Now we're talking. Cortland Sutton, something like that. Jared says, would you start Purdy over Nix next week if he's back? Absolutely not. I don't think Purdy's coming back anytime soon. It looks bad, and Bo Nix is fine. As much as I ripped on the guy, he's producing in fantasy. It doesn't look good, but their defense looks a little suspect, man. It doesn't look like the top 3 unit we thought. So these game scripts are getting a little bit more wide open for Bo Nix. So I like Bo Nix. And in the first week of back of Purdy, can you trust him? Story, can you trust him?
I think you give it a week. That Shanahan system seems very competent, but the problem with Nix is like you got 3 quarters of nothing and then complete production, like the number 1 quarterback on the week in fantasy. I don't know how sustainable that is. I've got a decision about Nix or Drake May this week in one league, and I don't know which way I'm leaning.
I'd go May.
Like Ray, what do you think there? Like, would you go May?
Yeah, I would.
The Browns, dude. That's tough.
Yeah. Who's home? Who's at home? Are they at Browns?
I believe I think the Patriots are at home.
That's still
I think the Patriots are at home.
Browns. Yeah. Ugh, gosh. And who's Nick's going against? Who are the Broncos playing this week?
What's going on, Michael? Michael Hart, what's going on? The Broncos are against who we got? Sorry, I'm
no, that's fine. I'm
distracted.
Looked up myself. They are.
He's looking up himself. Knicks is versus Dallas. That's a good matchup. We're playing Bo Nix, baby.
Yeah,
Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix all day. Yeah.
Marvinator, should I trade Judkins for Kamara in full PPR? No, you're Judkins all day over Kamara. Yeah. All day. Yeah, even if it was double PPR, like Judkins, even though that'd be better for Kamara.
It's fire right
now. Bo Nix is the answer, Hetzer. Is more too evil, is more overrated. Is this DJ Moore overrated or Kellen Moore overrated?
No, I'm sure it's DJ Moore.
Kellen Moore is overrated.
I think DJ Moore is underrated because he's not doing anything. Well, sorry, you hate coaches, and every coach is overrated in your mind. So,
yes, that's true. I also think Kellen Moore's a friggin' idiot.
What about the Ben Johnson effect? Sorry, Ben Johnson effect is real. Look at that shit.
Cool.
Shout out to Mouth. I was on his podcast earlier today. This is a triple header for me. I did an NBA show before the game. Went on Mouth for 2 hours. Now I'm doing a triple header here. Show me some fucking love, boys. Also, Downtown Sports. Shout out Downtown Sports in the description. Great episode. Really good time with those guys. Thanks for having me on. Gatson over Kraft. No, we're starting Tucker Kraft. He is the tight end of the podcast.
Yeah, and it's not just because we're anchored to him, but you look at the targets, the yards after catch, the fact that he's a red zone threat. Like Love looks to Kraft and he looks to Dobbs and he looks to Kraft first in the red zone. So give me the touchdown upside with Tucker Kraft
all day.
10 targets last week, too. I know that was a weird game script, but would you start Tez Johnson at New Orleans over Marvin Mims / Franklin at home against Dallas? Woo, that's tricky. I'm taking Franklin out. Franklin sucks. Franklin's terrible. He's Jerry Judy. He drops every pass. So it's Marvin Mims or Tez Johnson. Similar type players. What do you got? I'm gonna throw it to you, Ray.
Well, if you have return yards, that it ups Mims, but I would still probably take Tez just based on injury, situation going on there.
Yeah, I'd go Tez Johnson as well. Like, I was a little trepidatious about his size, but the fact that he got 10 targets in a game where they were trailing the entire time, give me that all day long.
Cruz with a super. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. First one of the night. What a guy. Broke the super cherry, and now it's just all over my face, so I appreciate that. He said, much appreciated, fellas. Judkins, okay versus Patriots. I can see him being game scripted out if they were behind. Their defense is so good. I know that's a worry, but, like, who are you starting over him? Story, where would you rank Judkins this week? I know it's a tough matchup. They did shut down the Bills running game a couple weeks ago, which is a good running attack. You still have him top 18, right? Top 16? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm not concerned. No, I got him 16. Like, I'm not concerned about that matchup at all. He's 16, 15. Like, Judkins has proven himself to be an absolute monster of a play every single week. Like, I get the Patriots defense is a little suspect, but look back at the Patriots the first 7 weeks of the season. They played some pretty ineffective opponents, especially on the ground game. So give me Judkins. He's getting every carry in the backfield. Sampson is not a factor. Ford is basically an afterthought. Give me the guy that's going to get like 90% running back opportunity share.
Plus, Judkins is on
fire. Hold on. You mentioned who's the backup in Cleveland again? The backup for
Samson. I want to talk to Samson. Right?
I want to talk to Samson. Fly me to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
It makes me so happy. Yeah, you got to start. He's hot right now. Shout out to CK. Dropped me a 7 bomb for no reason.
Thank you, CK.
CK.
Nope. Oh, that's the guy CK is. He's also a member of the Patreon. That's why I love CK. If you guys want to join the Patreon, the link is in the description. Also, if that link doesn't work, go to the YouTube channel. It's under the links right there. You can't miss it. You want to get in the Discord, you guys got to get in the Discord. This community, this chat goes on all fucking night. Okay?
It's all day.
There's 7 different channels. It's funny stuff. It's real stuff. It's good talk. You get my gambling picks early. You don't have to wait for the videos to come out. Make some money. We're 2-0 already in NBA. We already start 2-0. 32-16 in the season in NFL. We're just rolling in the money right now. So I'm passing that on to you, right? Like the what's the old the Family Guy cutaway? We're passing the savings on to you. That's what we're doing right now, boys. We're right now.
We played with our flannel tube man.
And we are 3 more super chats away from me chugging a fucking beer. So I moved it down to 5, just 5. I'll do it maybe for 4 because want to get drunk. I have waivers at 2 a.m. anyway, and I'm on a triple header here. So we got Mark saying story with the stream withdrawals. Had to get a hotel to get his fix in. Love you, dude. Damn straight.
Mark.
Straight.
Yeah. Hey, if you're in Orlando, like if you're in Orlando, give me a shout. We'll go out right now. Or tomorrow, whatever.
Story, you're always in Orlando. I know your ass goes to Disney World like fucking twice a year.
Like 3 times a year. And yes, I will be in Disney in like 2 days. So I'm counting down the hours.
Hey,
I got a good one for you guys. Yeah, you got a wedding. Michael says Gatson or Fannin since McBride is on bye. So that's his thing. He's got McBride on bye. Man, what I know Story's gonna say Gatson.
If Njoku misses another week, I'm still gonna go Fannin. Actually, believe it or not, I'm gonna go Fannin. If that was a weird game script with Cleveland, and they should bounce back in a regular way for the underneath stuff. So give me Fannin. If Njoku plays, then it's Gatson all day long.
Yeah, and here's the one thing. I do still like Fannin over Gatson rest of the season just because I know like Judy's probably getting traded or released. And I think Shador's coming in there, and that can't be worse than what we have with that Pipsqueak, Dylan Gabriel. Michael also says it's born droppable. Now, with what we saw with Juwan Jennings actually looking decent, Ayuk will be coming back. Ricky Pearsall, I don't know what the hell's going on with Ricky P, dude. Ricky P wasn't placed on IR. He's already missed 4 games. Doesn't seem close to return. Kyle Shanahan, what are you doing? Just put him on IR 3 weeks ago.
I mean, how many times have we seen this year? Like, we're dealing with it again with Terry McLaurin. Like, Terry McLaurin, Brock Bowers, How many guys have
Well,
we seen?
we believe Terry McLaurin had a setback, though, right, Story?
I do believe that. Yes, I do believe. But this Ricky Pearsall thing also kind of feels like a setback, does it not?
Yeah, it was a bad injury. He already came into the year with that dude just has the appearance of a guy that's never going to stay healthy. I sucks to say, he started off his career by getting shot. That has nothing to do with that, but just he's a small dude. He plays really hard, which I love, but I don't like my small dudes taking hits like that.
Body. Yeah, he's not a tough body. He plays tough, but he's not built for that.
So are we dropping Fannin for Gatson? Story, I'm going to toss this to you because you're the highest on Gatson. What are you doing here? Rest of the season, regardless of the Njoku thing.
No, I'm one fan of the rest of the season. I'm convinced that Njoku's getting moved at the trade deadline, which is November 4th or 5th, somewhere in that range. So be aware of that. Pay attention to it's 2 weeks away. I'm not I know the injury is short term for Njoku, but Fannin feels like the future there. I'm fully in favor of Fannin over Gans the rest of the season.
A Story real quick. Do you think a lot of getting traded?
What's that?
I think Shahid's getting traded over. I think Shahid's getting traded over Olave contract.
Oh yeah, they're not moving Olave. It's Shahid all day long. He's getting moved probably to a contender.
I'm just
if Shahid gets moved, Olave to the fucking moon, brother.
I know, man.
Wally, we gotta shout out Wally. Wally, the newest Patreon member. Shout out. Welcome to Discord as well.
Hey, Wally, thank you. Welcome,
start Jordan Mason this Thursday. Story, nice. I'm tossing this to you. We're not assuming Aaron Jones is probably not playing. He might not even be back week 9. Jordan Mason had some fumbling issues, and his snaps here has not been what we hoped. His performance has not been what we hoped. This offense has not been what we hoped. Where do you have Jordan Mason against the Chargers on Thursday Night Football ranked this week, roughly? Top 24?
God, Thursday Night Football. Chargers defense is pretty solid.
Not against the Colts, they weren't.
I hate making Thursday sit start decisions, but probably a top 22 play. I would say top 20, top 22 play. Like he's not. You would expect that he would have blown the doors off the water. He's not a pass catching back, and they all already came out and said that Carson Wentz is starting. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ray, Rob,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
He's starting, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That JJ McCarthy shit's wild. Jason says, Big Ray, Tropic Thunder, quote, Kirk Lazarus, spit that shit out, man. Top 5 movies of all time. I know you're a big Tropic Thunder guy. Story, what are your thoughts on Tropic Thunder?
Are you a PA? Punch that guy in the face as hard as you can. I love Tropic Thunder.
I love it. I'm probably not in the same level as you guys. Like it's not 40-year-old virgin level for me. It's not knocked up level. But I love it. It's good. It's good.
It's better. It's been way better than 40-year-old virgin.
What? It's better than 40-year-old virgin? Get the hell out of here.
It is better. It's better than 40-year-old virgin.
Real quick.
No, it's better than 40-year-old virgin.
They're in the talks of making the Tom Cruise character
G5
spin-off movie. So
Born or Golden. Born or Golden this week, gentlemen.
Okay, Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. Why don't you take a step back and literally fuck your own face?
Born or Golden this week at wide receiver. He says RB2, but wide receiver 2. We're going Golden, right?
Dude, I
don't know.
There's rumors that Christian Watson's coming back this week. That gives me a lot.
But how many snaps is he going to play this week? 8. Not worried about that this week.
He's a bum.
With Kittle coming back, it's got to be Golden. It's got to be Golden. I'm moving on from that one. I'm just taking the answer. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Esteban, 7-0, need a running back upgrade. Who would you use to trade for a Marion? Kamara, Warren. Kamara, I'm guessing that's running back Warren. Kyron, Genty is who I have. I would go with Warren, man. I think Warren. I still have hope for Genty. Kyron, I don't want to trade Kyron at all. And it's Kamara or Warren for me.
Yeah.
Who do you have ranked higher between those two?
I think Jalen Warren is better rest of the season. Like, it's a better offense. It's a better usage. They've shown propensity to bring Taysom Hill right back into the fold, unfortunately, for us Kamara managers. So if you could, I don't know, who's got the higher trade value, though? It's got to be Jalen Warren, though, right?
Yeah.
That's rough.
I mean, I'm with Rob. I'm sticking with Genty if you can, because
That's a giant sell low with question marks with Marion Hampton. No, not doing that.
Yeah, correct.
So I think I think it's gonna be Warren. I think Kamara with Kendra Miller being out, like I'm just out on the Steelers offense, man. I think they're gonna hit they've hit a plateau. I know they had a good week 7, but I mean Aaron Rodgers is old. He's one hit away. Their defense will round into shape a little bit. Give me Kamara over Warren, and I like the move there with the guys you have. Marion Hampton's a play to win trade. Now it's a question mark. Could lose that trade, but you have all that depth. Adam says Knicks or Hurts this week. It's 6 for a passing touchdown. Ooh, Knicks has a juicy matchup.
Let's look at the matchups here.
Knicks at home against Dallas. I'm going.
That's huge. And Hurts has the Giants.
Eberflus sucks. That defense.
I'm always of the ilk to start Jalen Hurts because you draft him and he's that guy. He's so consistent.
Oh, no,
in this case, give me the guy facing Dallas. Dallas. I'm gonna go with Knicks. Comment. Go ahead. Yeah, I think we all said Knicks. Braden, thank you. Thank you for the super, Braden. You're the man. Also a member of the Patreon in the Discord. Love you, dude. Last 3 running backs, 20-plus points against the Chargers. Indy, Miami, and Washington. And, Indy, obviously JT, Miami, you got A-Chain, but Washington, JCM, they're not really an elite running team. So he's talking about the Jordan Mason matchup this week. That's a good point, Braden. Thank you. What a guy. He gives me a super to give us stats for something we're answering someone else. Braden, you're the man, bro. I appreciate you. That is generous and nice and kind. I want to give you a kiss. And I might one of these days soon. Odunze or Flowers from TB this week? Odunze or Flowers?
Flowers.
If Lamar plays, right?
I'm of the mindset that Lamar plays, so I'm going with Flowers regardless.
But like you said, if Cooper Rush plays, we're not playing Flowers.
Luther Burden got way more snaps than I was expecting, and Colson Loveland also was a big part of that offense. It kind of feels like they're kind of trade off week to week. I'm still like Flowers is the play there. Like who else in the passing game is worthwhile?
Nobody.
That's what I'm asking. I'm always I'm an opportunity guy story, so I'm Flowers on that.
Yeah.
Adarak has a serious question for us. He says, at one point in the show, will you guys be touching tips? Probably the 3-hour mark if I last that long. I probably won't. I'm already on 5 hours of live streaming today between a guest appearance, my NBA show, and now this one. But you never know. I'll touch my tip with the screen here.
We will gingerly touch our tips.
Do I start May versus the Browns, D, or Daniel Jones versus the Titans? That's Daniel Jones, right? Crazy.
It's Danny Dimes, man. Like it sucks. Like I don't. It shouldn't. It's not sucks, but like it's tough to wrap your head around. But Danny Dimes is playing as well as any quarterback in the NFL, not named Patrick Mahomes right now.
Adam says, good call on the Browns last week. I said they were the number 1 defense. They did. I mean, Tua. Thank you, Tua, by the way, for that Browns call. Don't thank me. Thank Tua. Because Tua was giving away free money. Would you take Atlanta this week versus Miami or Tampa versus New Orleans? I'm going to stick to that same exact prototype. And Atlanta at home against Miami. Atlanta's defense is elite at home. They shut down Josh Allen. They picked off Josh Allen twice. They're going to pick off Tua 5 fucking times.
Yeah, go with Atlanta, man.
Plus, Rob, you and I talked about yesterday Bijan's numbers and just Atlanta's numbers at home in general on offense and defense. They are teetering on eliteness at home with Detroit. They're not that level, but because Detroit is the elite pick at home, but they're teetering. They're very, very elite at home.
Britt's dream, Xavier Worthy or Stephon Diggs this week? Story PPR. Diggs has the Browns.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup right there. I would probably go with. Man, that is a tough. I'd probably go with Xavier Worthy. Ray, what say you?
Ray, what do you got?
I hate to say it. I also probably say that because I mean, I overall right now Diggs is ascending, but that's such a tough play at like even though because they're at home, right? But still, that's a tough.
Here's the problem: the Commanders are playing against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are at home. Like if they get out to a big lead, you might have garbage time, but it might be Marcus Mariota garbage time.
Right.
So, like, what is Worthy going to actually need to do in that game? Like, it could be rough.
I'm gonna go Diggs.
I'm gonna change my mind.
Scoring.
Yeah. No, I'm changing my mind. I'm going Diggs. I'm actually going Diggs.
And there's another reason. It's the scoring. If it was half PPR, I'd probably go Worthy. If there's a 100-yard bonus, I'd go Worthy. Diggs and PPR. And here's the other thing: Stephon Diggs does not have a touchdown this year. Now, this is a game they might be able to fuck around and win by 20. Now, I don't know because of the Browns defense. I'm saying I'm not worried about them losing this game. And I think that Mike Vrabel is a player's coach. Maybe try to scheme up a play to get Stephon Diggs in the end zone. He's gonna go 8 weeks without a touchdown. Like, I don't think so, man. I know he's not a touchdown merchant at this stage of his career, but I know it's a narrative. But like, that's just another little thing in my pocket. You know, it's like in Caddyshack when he's like, the Dalai Lama said, "When I die, I get complete consciousness." So I got that going for me. That's what you got going with Stephon Diggs, right? It's just shoving the pitchfork in his fucking chest. Braden says, considering starting low to mid RB2 over Henry if Lamar doesn't start. No, Henry is a must start no matter what. You saw that's their whole offense without Lamar. If they don't get him going, they have no chance of winning. And Lamar is playing, but Henry is still. I'd say if there's no Lamar, Henry's a top 14 option. If there is a Lamar, he's a top 5 option.
Yeah. Like we saw it without Lamar the week before the bye. Like, they're going to have to rely on him anyway. They gave him 16 carries. He had 100 yards. Like, it wasn't a vintage Derrick Henry performance, but he still had an amazing PPR performance, even though they don't throw the ball to the running back there.
100%. Wally says, didn't Goff say he would bang McVay's wife? I have a thing. Now, I'm a straight man. I'm very attracted to Sean McVay. He's a nice, cute little twink. I would bang Sean McVay. Moving on. Thank you, Wally. Braden says, kind of in a bind thinking about starting Mason over Henry if Lamar doesn't have a great outlook tomorrow or Thursday. Here's what I'll say. And I let me know if you guys agree with this. Coaches lie. And it's in the best interest. You know how like they didn't say anything about Chuba Hubbard and Rico. Like, coaches aren't going to tell. They don't have to be honest about Lamar's practice reports. So I'm not going to read into that. I think Lamar's playing regardless. Like, you're going to be really upset when you start Mason, he scores 14, and then Lamar plays and Henry scores 27. That's my thing. Well, and I'm going to phrase it like this, guys. I'm going to phrase it like this. If there is no Lamar, and if we know this right now, no Lamar, would you start King Henry or Jordan Mason? It's close, right?
It's close, but I'm going Henry every day of the week. Like, I'm going to go with the guy who's like. Would it surprise you if Mason got subbed out on the goal line? Probably not. Would it surprise you if Henry got subbed out on the goal line? Yes, it would. Yes. So give me the guy that's got the touchdown upside and the equity. Like, I want that guy.
Story, thoughts on KOC?
I really want to believe Kevin O'Connell has the intelligence to be a solid head coach, and it looks like he's done good things, but the team is 3-3. I get that McCarthy might not be the best option there. At least Wentz is keeping the team competitive. I don't know. I'm positive on KOC. I think he's one of the top half coaches, but at the same time, like, this is a team that let several solid players walk in the offseason. I don't know. I'm not sure that he's the long-term answer there, Coach.
You hate coaches. Mark says, I meant Harvey or Brashard Smith rest of the season. I'm holding on to Harvey. I want Harvey over Brashard Smith rest of the season. He has a path to Falcao work, and that's the end of the story there. Frank says, what's cracking? Drop Golden for Tez Johnson. Ray, you want Golden or Tez Johnson rest of the season?
I was thinking Tez Johnson just because with the injuries there, like we talked about earlier. I mean, Evans is gone. Godwin, who knows? I mean, and the way, again, like I talked about earlier, it's so hard with receiving cores these days in fantasy football because there are so many teams that work their offense to just spread it out to anybody, whoever's open, whatever the scheme opens up, you get it to that person. Josh Allen, for instance, right now. Jordan Love. I mean, there's so many teams that do this. So with a guy like, even though they drafted Golden in the first round, I mean, again, rookies sometimes take more to develop. We're only we're in week 8 or go.
Dude,
so
I'll just kind of piggyback on that. So I read a blurb today about how they were saying the Packers have clearly they want to get Golden involved. They're scheming up things for him. You know what they schemed up for Golden on Sunday. They schemed up 3 touches, 3 receptions, 3 targets on the first drive, and then they gave him 1 target the rest of the game. That's your first-round pick. That's a problem.
Bad pick.
Dude,
Bad pick. Don't look great.
Dude,
so
okay, they're scheming up things for him in the first series, and we've talked about this multiple times on this podcast, where like after the first series, the first scripted 10 plays or whatever it is, then when you're backs against the wall, who do you go to? Like in this case, the Packers are going to Kraft and Dobbs. Where's Golden? Why is that Golden not being the guy inside? He's got 0 targets inside the 10 this year. That's a problem. I hate to say it, but Tez Johnson feels like a better asset, at least for this week, maybe rest of season. I'm trying to get rid of Golden. I'm trying to sell him not high, but at least like middle road. Find a Packers fan and get rid of him because they're not trying to make Golden a thing. Like they're not scheming things up for Golden outside of the first.
And it's not going to get better with the guys coming back. Real quick, Griffin asks, how do I get in the Discord? You got to join the Patreon. Link is in the description. It's also on the YouTube channel. Just go to the main channel, the YouTube, the link right here. And there's a link for it in there. A lot of good perks, gentlemen. Get on this shit now. The Discord's popping. You want to be on the show? I've already had multiple fans on the show. Super fun. Free merch, play fantasy leagues with me and Story and Ray. I'm giving away a free entry into those once we get this actually popping. Free merchandise, you name it. Help support the channel. Keep this shit going. Keep this rolling. Keep my guests happy because if I'm not happy, they're not going to be happy, and we want them to be happy, don't we?
That's a good point.
I think Ray's always happy, and Story's always happy. You know. Does Bucky Irving come back this week? You think? No. No, he's got a week 9 bye. There's just no way. We don't even know if he's coming back after the bye. Didn't put him on the IR, but
nope. He ain't coming back. Rob, you're right. He ain't coming back till at least after the bye.
Do you guys think Bourne's droppable, or would you hold on to Bourne to see what happens with Ricky Pearsall? What do you guys think?
If it's a shallow league, you can absolutely say goodbye to Bourne. If you need immediate help, then I would hold on to him. If it's a deep league, then he's not droppable. But like if it's a 12 team, you got 5 bench spots. Yeah, you can say goodbye to Bourne.
Also, gentlemen, we are 2 super chats away from me chugging this nice frosty brew or pour another one. Who doesn't want to watch me get shit faced on camera? Even though I never actually get shit faced because I'm Frank the Tank, if you will. Joseph says Chase Brown, Kamara, or Kittle and flex full PPR. Woo, that's a doozy. I'm throwing this a story. Chase Brown, Kamara, or Kittle full PPR.
Who's your tight end start? That's what I want to know.
Probably Tyler Warren or Tucker Kraft. And then you probably rotate them and play them.
Yeah, I'm probably like if you've got a solid enough tight end, if it's Tyler Warren or McBride, and you're considering starting Kittle in the flex, dude, I'd go Kittle. Like I'd roll the dice and I'd throw Kittle out there. Like, yeah,
I think Kamara is juicy though with all the snaps he's going to be playing if he's healthy, because he did play 80% of the snaps last week. When Kendra Miller played 4%, got hurt. Now maybe it was out of necessity because Devin Neal wasn't ready or game planned in. Maybe Devin Neal gets more work this week. We don't know. So, yeah, I think Kittle. You play your studs, right? Kittle is due for a touchdown or a big game.
Dude, I love Kamara, but that whole organization is not in the place we want it to be for fantasy.
Would you use the number 1 waiver claim on Gatson? In my tight end's Kelsey. In that case, I'm doing no. Kelsey's fine. He's not great, but he's fine.
Is it if it's a tight end premium? Yes, I would. Otherwise, no.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about that. Cruz says chug one. We're one away, Cruz, and I'm gonna be chugging a lug, and then we start all over again with the 5 goal.
Just paid you $2. Chug it,
dude. It's a super chat. I think you gotta give.
Just paid you $2. You chug that.
All right. Totally. I get $1.20 from that, but I'll chug for $1.20. Pretty much pays for the beer I'm drinking.
There you go.
Here we go, boys. Let me get a question up for you guys while I do this, so we're not wasting time here.
Dead air.
Let's see. Dead air. I wish Story did a funny quote, but let's see. As a Vikings fan, I'm not sure how much longer I can see Wentz take the field. Well, that's all you got to do because he's bad. JJ McCarthy's bad.
Welcome to being Bears fans, Wally. We've been dealing that for years and years and years.
All right, we got Mark. Need a stud receiver for a couple of weeks and try to flip him for a running back. I'm in trouble with Brees, K9, Aaron Jones, and Scatterbo. Need a plan for the playoffs. Scatterbo and Brees are fine. I don't know what you're trying to do. You're trying to trade. You're trying to trade one of them.
Dude, I don't
who's
know.
the trade?
I don't know.
Who do you got?
Well, I don't know that Brees is fine, man. Like he basically pulled himself out of the game on Sunday. I'm not convinced that he's going to be on the Jets in 2 weeks. It could be good, but he could also go to a Chargers, which is going to decimate like Kamani Vidal's value. Marvin Hampton. He could go to a place where he becomes a committee. He could be the main guy. I don't know. It's tough to say, but
Brees go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, Brees is on the bubble, like big time on the bubble.
What if Brees went to the Chiefs?
He's the guy. Like he's got to be the guy there, right? Like if he goes,
no, that's all. I'm asking. Yeah, if that happened, what do you think his ceiling could be there compared to what he's doing in the lowly Jets?
You right there, Rob?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What's that a little boobly?
I think he stays the same. Maybe a little bit more touchdown equity, but less work.
Really?
But it probably an increase. It can't be worse. Yeah, I think less volume.
You don't. Okay. I mean, because what is he?
I guess if they're trading for him, though, why not use the dude? Maybe because you got other guys there. So, Team Money says Colts or Jags defense this week. Jags defense on a bye, and Colts have a good matchup, so it's Colts either way. But
dude, the Colts are playing. I think they're playing the Titans. So like,
Titans, they're 14-point favorites, bro.
But also, the Jags are on bye this week. So
yeah, that's an easy one. Hetzer says Isaiah Davis we're stashing. Pending the situation with Brees Hall. He's a good stash.
He's the number one stash right now outside of Tyler Algier. There's a strong possibility that Brees Hall gets traded. So you got to go out and get Isaiah Davis everywhere he's available.
Now we got to temper expectations because Isaiah Davis, unlike Corum and Algier, he's not a top 12, top 14 guy, but he's easily a top 20 guy.
And it's also the Jets. It's also the Jets. Yeah. So you have to temper expectations, but you're going to have a guy who's basically in the backfield by himself. So opportunity over talent when it comes to running backs, talent over opportunity when it comes to wide receivers. Isaiah Davis needs to be rostered everywhere.
This is a question kind of for us, stories from Mark. Browns defense not a play this week against the Pats. We have the Browns defense in our league. We managed together. What are you thinking on that one? Since you're the commissioner of that league.
Man, I keep going back and forth on this. I think they're like a fringe defense one. It's tough, though, because the Pats could very well put up a bunch of points, but Drake May has been known to give up sacks too, and the Browns
fumbles.
Defense, and fumbles. Like we're still talking about Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson, like fumble kings. So I don't know, Unless you have a solid option. Otherwise, I think you can play the Cleveland's defense this week.
Maury says, now that the Colts beat the Chargers, can you see them being legit and maybe with a Super Bowl? I can't go that far. They're going to win that division because the Jaguars are falling back to earth and the Texans are dead. But I don't think they're winning the AFC. I don't think there's any shot at that. But, I mean, they look amazing.
They're legit. I just don't think Super Bowl is the outcome.
And, believe it or not, they might get the 1 seed, bro. Like, honestly, they're 6-1. They get all those division games against bums. They could win 13 games, which with Buffalo struggling, with the Ravens being out of the contention for the number 1 seed, Chiefs are uphill climb. That division's going to beat each other up. Like, who else do you have?
Right. I mean, Indy can basically sleepwalk into the playoffs at this point. And they got to play the Titans. They got to play the Jaguars. Am I worried about any of those teams in the South?
And Houston. No, not at all.
Yeah.
CK, I know it sucks to roster 2 defenses. Do not drop the Seattle defense. You got to roster 2 in this case. They're a top 5 defense. They're amazing. They should have scored 25 last night. They got screwed on a safety, and they should have had that touchdown, or a safety, and a sack and a fumble ended up being ruled a touchback. And I know this because I own the Seattle's defense everywhere. And they didn't get any points for that play. They still scored 11. Dude, they're an elite defense, especially at home. You got to keep them. Man. You guys agree with keeping 2 defenses in this case? I know it sucks to do, but.
Yeah, I don't like.
You have the bench spot.
My apocalypse. This is a situation where you make room because you're not dropping Seattle's defense.
Michael Hart says, bro, that's like the 4th or 5th Sean McVay comment. Can we say man crush? I think he's going back from the history of the shows. I have made a couple comments. My wife says it all the time. Like, she's like, why don't you just go fuck him? I'm like, what if I could?
You
But
literally
I can't.
said you.
Maybe
You
I
literally
could.
said you would. I mean, what is this guy, Michael Hart?
I didn't say that.
You did say you would do it.
Jason with the super. Thank you, buddy.
Super
Again,
chat.
Jason was just on the
Thank
show on Friday. Big Bucks fan. Kiddo reminds me of Gronk in 2020, start of the season with the Bucks. I came here to block, baby, in the breakout later in the year. Good call. And I want to shout out Jason here. He is one of 2 actual professional fanatics tier on the Patreon. He's giving me like $30 a month in Patreon, even more than he has to for the tier, because that's the kind of guy Jason is. And he's super chatting me, dude. That Jason, you're the shit. I love you, dude. Appreciate you so much. So do you think, what do you think about this story? I'm debating this week betting on Kittle's yards because we saw him play 83% of the snaps, which is encouraging. And if they're going to have him out there blocking in the trenches, they're probably going to have him, this week playing as many, if not more snaps. Let's just say I predicted, I don't know what I have for his number written down, like 48 or 50 yards. Would you hit that over this week?
Yeah, I would. Like we saw. Okay, so there's a number of things to unpack here. Number one, we saw what Kittle being back in the run game did for CMC, and it was amazing, right? CMC's yards per carry jumped by almost a full yard just with Kittle being back in the run game and his blocking. At the same time, that's not a sustainable situation. You don't bring George Kittle in to block. He's not he is an amazing blocker, but like Travis Kelce's career isn't built on blocking, nor was Rob Gronkowski's, who are both amazing blockers. Kittle's going to get involved again, and I think it's as early as this week. I'd be trying to go out and find the Kittle manager, try to buy Kittle everywhere. You got a great opportunity. Dude goosed you this week. He goosed. Guys were waiting on him for 4 weeks, and he absolutely goosed him. Go out and give them. Ray, help me out. Give him like Jordan Mason, right? Or some like give him. Trying to think who else you could like a low ball and get.
Like
get
a J.K. Dobbins or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Like a J.K. Dobbins. Go get George. That's a perfect one right there.
We had a little tussle in the chat. I'm seeing. I can see the head chat down here on my iPad. Blake, the awesome moderator, again, my media manager. Love you, Blake. Booted some guy for talking shit to David. So don't talk shit to my guys and be respectful. That's all I ask on this podcast. We're not PC. Say whatever the hell you want. I'll say I want to fuck Sean McVay. Just be respectful. I said, how about this? I'll change my tune. I want to make love to Sean McVay. Is that respectful?
I think so.
Let's be respectful to each other. Let's treat each other with respect and don't troll and don't be an asshole. That's all I ask of anyone watching the show and on the show as well. I know I'm not going to bring assholes on the show, so we know what to expect. Getting on to questions here. Jolly Pop, where do we rank Justin Herbert this week? Do we think that offensive line will keep him upright long enough? He's going to get hurt, man. In this matchup, it's a hell matchup. Are you starting Justin Herbert's story? I know he's coming off a 420-yard game, but he's got good weapons. But it's Thursday Night Football.
He's not a QB1 in my ranks this week. Like I'm not like the good is there, but at the same time, I take that back. He probably is because you're dealing with a bunch of buys this week. So yes,
he's a low end QB1.
Yeah, low end, especially on bye weeks. He's startable, but I'd like someone else. Mark says you guys touched on something that puts me in a bind. He has Lamar and Stafford on bye. I was going to put a claim in for Flacco. Don't put a claim in. Don't use a waiver claim when you have Lamar. If Lamar is out, here's my advice: wait for Lamar to be ruled out. Put him on IR and pick up Dylan Gabriel. It's not good.
No, but, not Gabriel. Marcus Mariota.
Well, yeah, there you go. I'm just saying as an example. Good call, Marcus Mariota. Even though the Chiefs are not a good matchup, but somebody of that ilk, Aaron Rodgers.
It doesn't matter.
Somebody else.
Marcus Mariota will outperform Dylan Gabriel this week. I guarantee.
Well, I know. I don't know why I said Dylan Gabriel. That was just silly. My gist of is pick up whoever's left. The best guy, and it's not going to be Dylan Gabriel. But
does he just suck? Is he not? I know it's so early. It just seems like it's just not there.
He's the new garden gnome on the channel. So Kyler Murray's out right now, so we can't tease him. So
there you go. Yeah, right.
But I'm gonna play the clip for Kyler Murray anyway.
Don't pee on me, know what I'm saying? No, don't do it. No, I'm saying.
I love that.
It's
all right,
amazing.
dudes. I got a piece. I got an 8 a.m. breakfast and then meetings all day long. So gotta go.
Ray, you gotta work too. Ray, I will finish this off with myself. So I appreciate both you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. I'm gonna pound through this at the end, and then love you guys.
Love the chat. Peace, everybody. Be
Thank
good
you,
to yourselves.
dude. Thank you. All right, we're back. I'm going to finish this off real quick. I'll pound through these questions. Just trade DK for Scatabo. Love that trade, Smitty. Love it, love it, love it. Don't drop Mahomes. Whoever said that, that's crazy. Chase Brown was my third pick. Finally looks like he's turning the corner. Yeah, he's not going to return value in the first round or second round where you drafted him, but he's going to be a top 16 running back, especially in PPR going forward. Start Brees or Rashad White. Smitty, it's Rashad White this week. I'd rather have Brees Hall rest of the season, obviously, but Rashad White, I know he's coming off a couple of rough games, definitely the recent rough game, but you're fine there. David, I would not drop Fannin for Gatson, man. I would not do it personally. Shout out to Mouse South, Downtown Sports. Check it out. I was just on that show today for 2 hours. Awesome guys, amazing show. They had Iron Eagle on their show. That's all I got to say, right? I have Story and Ray who are awesome. Nothing against them. They're not Iron Eagle. So that is just, yeah, that's amazing. And it was a great show. So thank you. The link is in the description for their podcast. You can find it everywhere that's not YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher, all that shit. Here's the argument we had from Arthur, and that guy's a clown. How much FAAB for Isaiah Davis? If you have a weak position, I would give up to 30%, Hetzer. I wouldn't go more than that because I don't think anyone else will. But you got to get ahead of this, right? Yeah, man. Story. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Or even have Story on without me, man. Story's a pro, so I won't be butthurt. Had Pierce on Evans, so I need a backup wide receiver this week. Thinking Pierce, Butte, or Mims. Pierce, if there's no Josh Downs, Pierce is probably the play. Let's assume Josh Downs plays. You could still play Pierce, but I would rank him below those guys. Butte is a tough matchup against Cleveland. I'd probably go Mims. Mims is the up. If you need like a slam dunk home run type situation, Mims against Dallas defense is great. Green Bay, Houston, or Indy's defense rest of season. Man, I'm going to take Indy's defense off because their offense is too good and their secondary sucks. So it's Green Bay or Houston. The problem with Houston's defense is their offense is so putrid that they give their defense short fields and they just suck. Like, the Houston's defense is probably the best group, best front four for sure. I'm going to go Green Bay, and then Houston is just close second. Ron, don't use a waiver claim on Monangai. If you want to grab him after waivers clear, that's fine. I would not use a waiver claim on him. Yeah, drop Waller. Yeah, drop Waller, dude. You have Kraft and Fannin, baby. That's fine. You almost don't even need Fannin when you have Kraft, but I like to hold on to him because you could trade him when Njoku gets ruled out for a while or gets traded. But yeah, definitely hold on to Seattle, man. Pick up Mooney, Monangai, or Davis off waivers. I want to rank it Davis, Monangai, Mooney, but don't use a waiver claim. Maybe use a waiver claim on Davis, but you could probably wait and get one of those guys without waivers. Thank you again, Blake, for just helping me out here that I can't do it. Why was this stream suggested to me right as you mentioned being toxic? Does Joe know? Yeah, Thursday night games are not great for fantasy points, man. You know, we've had better ones this year than the past, but this year's been better for sure, but it's still not like as the primetime games have been where it's at. Sunday night and Monday night for sure. Jaden Daniels, sophomore slump, year from hell. Washington's cursed. Just bad. Starting out by not paying Terry McLaurin, trading Brian Robinson for a fucking nothing. Just silly. Adam, thank you, Adam. What a guy, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, Rob. The channel's quickly turned into one of my faves. Appreciate you, bud. I appreciate you, Adam. You've been awesome in the chat. Positive, smart questions, helping out, answering other people's questions, donating to me, dude. This is what's up, man. I appreciate that. Let's keep this shit going. I'm doing 7 nights a week on this shit. Like I've missed 2 nights since September, I think, like early September, maybe end of August. I've missed 2 nights, and some days I've done 2 shows. So that's what I'm doing, man. I'm doing this for the people. I'm also learning a lot. You know, like I'm killing it in gambling this year, killing it in fantasy this year. Usually I always kill it in fantasy, but the gambling, I'm just on fire in gambling. It's because I'm talking football literally all fucking day with you guys. I'm learning a lot too from you guys. Like we can all learn from each other, right? So that's what's up. Let's see. Where was I at? There we go. I'll find where I was at. Oh yeah, toxic thing. Let's see. Oh, I did. I kind of grazed past that because I was trying to get past the chat. But Kyler is he's in trouble. He's in trouble. That's the point. Franklin or Mims? I think Franklin has a better floor, but Mims has higher upside. Cruz. Boom says, "What do you take, bro? Look fucked up like you took a massive opioid dose." No, I've done. This is my 6-hour streaming and doing pods today, and had to do a bunch of stuff this morning, so I didn't sleep much. But I mean, thanks. I think I look okay. But obviously, if I was on that shit, I'd be the smartest guy in the world to be like coherent. I have had 10 beers, so Rico, this is a good call. Rico 4.6 yards per carry, Chuba 2.2. Yeah, man, Rico's the better back. So don't drop Diggs. Don't drop Diggs. I want all three of those guys, and I think Wando Robinson might have to be ranked highest of those guys, Mark, but I wouldn't drop any of them. Try to trade one. I don't know if I want to roll with Travis Kelce, my flex, or Marvin Mims Jr. I guess it's 50-50. Kelce better floor, Marvin Mims higher ceiling. Damn straight, Jason. Green Bay has forced like 0 turnovers. Not too worried about that. Thank you, Blake. Thank you. What was your comment, Ray? I'm sorry. I'm trying to get through these so I can get off here. I didn't see it. I got a couple more minutes before I got to get off. So, like I said, this is like 6 hours of. I did the NBA show. I went on Mouse show. Now I'm on 2 hours of this show. What do you guys think? I will stick on for another half hour or so if you guys want. What do you guys think? Yeah, you let me know in the comment section what you want me to do. I'm down. I can do solo shows. It's fine. I've done 3.5, like entire 3.5 hours solo show before. So I can stick around and answer your comments. Whatever you guys want. What do you think? It's getting kind of late. Even though usually I go until 2 a.m. And I have waivers at 2, so I can't do too long because I haven't even looked at my Yahoo or ESPN leagues yet. Your thoughts on K9 or Sharps? Yeah, I probably need. Well, I can't go to bed, CK, but I have to go through my waivers. I haven't touched any of my Yahoo leagues. By the way, I am 22-6 in my home leagues on Yahoo right now, just crushing ass. ESPN not so much, but today is my Friday, 1:30 my time. Got a good buzz going. Jason, you always have a good buzz going. That's why I love you, man. I never asked you, Jason, what do you do for work? Other son, I'm not going to fall for that one. I've gotten the most Sizzlack treatment before. I can't. Bills, Colts, Falcons defense. What other defense do you prefer? I mean, Falcons number 1. Falcons number 1 defense, Cheerio. And then I would probably rank it Falcons, Bills, Colts. Appreciate you, Mark. Chuba's fine. Chuba's a low-end RB2, high-end RB3. Yeah, now McLeod's out. I get that. All right, gentlemen, I got to take off. I appreciate all of you guys. Stay positive. Love your life. Respect each other. Let's watch some football coming up. I can't believe we're already into week 8. This is madness. Already into week 8. Still have over half the year, man. Tomorrow night, the Chaz is joining me. 10 p.m. stream, 10 p.m. Central stream. Just another mailbag fun time. Appreciate all you guys. I will talk to you soon. Check out Downtown Sports. Downtown Sports. That's Mouse House Pod. I was on it today. It's in the description. Also, join the fucking Patreon, boys. Get in the Discord. Also in the description. You got to do it. Get on this shit now. We love it. Love y'all.